OG Anunoby tying the game at 81. He can give New York the lead. He's 6 of 11 with a 3 from the field. And now with that made free throw, he's got 15 points. So again, they have 4 double-figure scores among their starters. Sixers in white going right to left. Maxey bringing it across the orange and blue Knicks logo on center court. He goes to Grimes. Grimes dribbles in on Brunson. Keeps it. Goes outside right to B.J. Edgecombe. 4:09 to go in the third. 7 on the shot clock. Maxey has it. Maxey against Bridges. Right-hand drive. Cut off. 3 to shoot. Gets through 2. Lost it. Bridges steals it. 14 turnovers on Philadelphia. Brunson brings it across. Knicks by 1 with the ball. Under 4 minutes, Brunson, low dribble, backing. He's got Barlow on him. He wants to create space and take him off the bounce. Angles to the left, cross-court Shamet, down low Hart. Hart looked like he got his feet started before he put it on the deck. That's called a travel at every level of basketball. Turnover on Josh Hart. 7 turnovers on New York. So the Knicks pass it, and Hart, in a catch-go scenario, went before putting it down. Travel. Sixers need a bucket. They trail by 1. B.J. Edgecombe to Grimes. Grimes. Oh, my goodness. Another foul as Brunson is knocked down on the DHO. It's a dribble handoff. Grimes and Barlow got his left knee stepped out there. And again, Brunson sells it. They got many actors here tonight, and he is as accomplished as any of them. He really sells that call. He flows to the floor. Knicks by 1. They have it with 3.5 to go. Again, he gets a switch. Barlow on him. Now BJ guarding OG. Anunoby drives it. George cuts him off, and OG Anunoby goes over George and banks it in. Very fundamental approach with the footwork by OG Anunoby. He's got 17. And the Knicks by 3. Sixers got to see if they can't tie it here. 3 minutes. Grimes on a drive, out of control, lost it, but it goes to Barlow, and Barlow dunks it. Quentin Grimes with a quick, rapid drive, but dropped the ball. It was as if it were a pass, and Barlow gets his first 2. 1 point New York lead, 2:40 to go in the third. Half court, Brunson to OG. They exchange it. Brunson on a dribble drive, down low, underhand Scott. Barlow got a piece, underhand scoop. Sixers on the move with George to Grimes. Grimes on the wing, goes in on Shamet. They knock it away, it's loose. Grimes out of control. He's playing fast, but not under control. Maxey has it. Maxey to the left corner, Barlow. Back to Tyrese, he bobbles it, he's doubled. He goes to Barlow. Cross-court Grimes into the corner, BJ. And a rookie for 3. Wouldn't you know, the 20-year-old first-year player, VJ Edgecombe, he is the calm in the storm. He makes a 3. Sixers have taken a 2-point lead. Good extra pass by Grimes. Half court again for New York. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. 86-84 Sixers. Brunson on a drive. This time gets by Barlow. Fakes. Kick out OG. He cuts off and loses the ball, and a blocking call on Paul George. There's a phrase we like to use. It has multiple meanings, and it is, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ridiculous. Nick Nurse upset. Brian Forte with a call. A questionable call at best. 86-84 Sixers. 1:49 to go. George called for the foul. New York shooting 2 free throws again. We'll be back on the Sixers Radio Network. Sixers by 2, 86-84. Just prior to the timeout, a foul on Paul George. That was his fourth. I got to tell you, he's exemplary in the area of defense. That was textbook. He beat OG sliding laterally, moving his feet, beat OG Anunoby to the spot, and that's what he's trying to, in a one-sided discourse with Brian Forte, explain, and I'll throw in to no avail. At the half, the Sixers had 10 fouls, and now they have 19. So let's go over that. They have, by my math, been called for 9 fouls in the quarter. Are you kidding me? Here's OG Anunoby to the line. He's 2 for 2. He's foul line right. He can tie the game. We have had in the game 8 ties, 20 lead changes. Anunoby can tie it. Maxey, 21 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, 18 points, 5 assists. Anunoby makes the free throws, 86 all. Kelly Oubre, he's got 14. VJ was 17. They exchange it. VJ with a pass. It was kicked. They don't call it. New York gets it on the run. Bridges to the corner. Brunson for 3. No good. Rebound OG Anunoby. Back out top. Miles Bridges has come in. He fakes. He shoots. He misses. And OG Anunoby out-rebounds Grimes. New York gets it back. Everything going their way. Minute 20 to go. This is the long shot by Anunoby and good. Second chance for New York. And OG Anunoby 5 in a row. With that, now they've made 5 threes. OG with his second. He's got 22. And the Knicks have gone up by 3, 89-86. VJ to the corner. Grimes. He drives it. He hangs. Goes to Barlow. Barlow jams it. Hart got kicked on the play, hurt his hand. And a good drive by Grimes. And Dominic Barlow making himself available down low, and he gets a 2-hand jam. So Barlow in 4 minutes with 4 points, 1-point game, 89-88. McBride to the right side, Hart. McBride drives on Barlow. Can't get by him. Turns, pivots, goes to Bridges. Bridges with a layup, no good. Well defended by Maxey. Baseline cut by Bridges. The reverse layup, though, to no avail. Here's Grimes driving on McBride. McBride goes down, a whistle and a foul on New York, and Hart continues to hold his left hand. McBride out of control defensively. Fell down. Grimes is going to the line. Hard drive by Grimes to the left side. They bounce. And it's Deuce McBride going down. Grimes going to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the line. Josh Hart in a courtside conversation at midcourt near the scorer's table on top of that sticky pad the guys use to keep their shoes, the bottom of which tacky. He's standing there talking to the trainer, Landry Shamet, I believe, is going to check in for Josh Hart. So this was on the drive a moment ago in the previous play, and their athletic trainer is checking out Hart. And the Knicks take time with 30 seconds to go in the third. Grimes made the free throw. Game is tied at 89. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Last half a minute to go in the third quarter. Sixers and the Knicks even. Game 2. Back right after this.
You're listening to the Sixers Radio Network.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
If you dread dealing with your insurance company more than you dread yard work, in 90-degree weather,
wow, it is a scorcher out there today,
with a swarm of hungry mosquitoes buzzing around, then you might have Insuranoia. And if you have Insuranoia, then you should get NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Our score, 89 all. To the line for the Sixers, Quentin Grimes will be shooting 1 free throw. Don't forget the series shifts back to Xfinity Mobile Arena Friday, and then Sunday in the afternoon, Mother's Day, Sixers-Knicks Game 4. And Ticketmaster's the official ticketing partner of the Sixers. Get your tickets now, even if it's last minute. Ticketmaster, the official ticketing marketplace of the Sixers and the NBA. Visit Ticketmaster.com/76ers for your tickets. Grimes makes them both. He's 4 for 4 for the line. Sixers by 1. 20 seconds to go in the third. Brunson handles it out top against VJ Edgecombe. VJ 2 fouls. Brunson 18 points. OJ Anunoby screens. Barlow switches. Brunson cross court to McBride to the corner. Shamet back to McBride, and he traveled with 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Deuce McBride got going before he put the ball down. He and Shamet both seem to pass on open looks from 3. Turnover on New York, they're 8th. Sixers have twice as many turnovers, though, 16. Sixers bring George in for this final opportunity here. Looks like Jeremy Sohan will come back in for New York. Sixers inbounding at 3/4 court in the backcourt, having to go right to left. Brunson goes out. He has no fouls, but defensively they want Sohan. Here's Maxey with Bridges backing up, picking him up at midcourt. 5 seconds in the third. Maxey drives it on Sohan, takes a hit, no call, puts it up, no good. New York will get the rebound, and thus ends the third. Sixers by a point, 90-89. They had a 1-point lead at intermission. The two teams play even in the third, and the all-important fourth quarter of Game 2 coming up. VJ Edgecombe upset, talking to Tony Brothers. Trendon Watford curtailing that conversation, showing some veteran leadership from the sideline, as does Kyle Lowry. Sixers 90, the Knicks 89. And we'll have the fourth quarter presented by Toyota, the RAV fourth quarter, coming up next.
Hey campers, it's Jan.
Sixers 90, New York 89. Both teams 28 points in the third. Maxey's got 21. George with 19 for the Sixers. Oubre 14 points, VJ Edgecombe 17. Off the bench, the Sixers with 13, New York with 11. Brunson's got 18, 22 for Anunoby, 20 for Towns. Towns is back out there, and again, his play has been limited because of fouls. He has 4. Alvarado's in, he feeds Towns, and Paul George strips Towns of the ball. New York with a turnover on its opening possession of the fourth. They have 9. What a play. George so good with the hands on defense. Now he goes at Towns. He rises for a long 2 to the right of the key. Rimming no off the front. Sixers shooting 53%. They've made a dozen threes. New York only 5 threes. Knicks, though, can take the lead. We've had 22 lead changes, as noted. Towns down with a McBride. Towns pitching that ball like a overhand grenade. Here's McBride for 3. Around and out, no good. Knicks had a couple of shots like that, namely Brunson missing one earlier. And McBride has that one spin out. He's 0 for 2 from deep. VJ running the offense. Barlow screen, VJ stops into Barlow. Barlow goes up, left-hand layup, good. He had McBride rotating over as the last defender, and Dominic Barlow, a bit of a hero with 6 points, all right at the basket. Sixers by 3. 1:10 gone by in the fourth quarter. Towns to Hart. Hart tripped up, no whistle. Diving, it goes off the legs of Alvarado out of bounds. Maxey initially tipped it, then Paul George came in, looked like it went off his shin. And then Alvarado touched it. It went racing with, that ball was flying on the ground, and the Sixers will get it. It's like a loose ball, and again, not to be negative, but you're like, oh, it's got to be against the Sixers. And it wasn't. There was no call. Sixers get it. 10:40 to go in the game. Grimes has it. Grimes holding it. Maxey right there. Tight defense by Bridges. And Maxey veers to the right. One-hand pass to VJ. Into Barlow. Barlow looking out to Grimes to the near side. George, the 3 over Hart is up. Rimming no. VJ getting the rebound over Alvarado. Back to Maxey. Sixers, a rare second chance. They have they have 8 points in that aspect. Here's Maxey. Tough shot. No call. Missed it. Bridges knocked him down. Maxey by the Knicks bench. Alvarado dropped it again. Jose Alvarado turns it over. Couldn't reel in the pass, and Grimes tracks it down. George on a drive. Hart swiping at it. Over to Maxey. 3-ball right side. Rimming no. Rebound Karl Anthony Towns. Good look by the Sixers. Come away empty on 2 chances to increase the lead. Towns with it. Up top, McBride for 3. This time he doesn't miss. He ties the game at 92. Good feed by Towns. Towns has done a terrific job with the passing. 6 assists in both these first 2 games. It's 92-all with Brunson and Anunoby at the table for New York. Half court, 2.5 to go. Maxey with the drive. Maxey to the near side. George. George again with Hart on him. Near corner. Yet to dribble. Now a right-hand dribble attacking into the lane. Cut off. Back to the basket. 4 to shoot. Spins. Tight shot from left elbow. Too long. No good. Towns with the rebound. Good defense by Hart. New York ball. Alvarado with a quick dribble into the front court. Outside right to Hart. New York can take the lead. 9:12 to go in the ball game. Outside left, Bridges looking to Towns, and Towns gets entangled with Grimes, and of course the foul on Quentin Grimes. So Towns going for the left side of the lane, trying to set up camp on the block, and Grimes called for the foul. Here comes Brunson taking off his blue warm-up. Comes in, Alvarado, not a lot of production here. 7 minutes total, 1 field goal. He can be dangerous. He hurt the Sixers in the 4th and final matchup in February, right when he got to the Knicks. George guards Towns. Towns backing down, powering into the lane, pours into him, but misses a jam and gets his own miss along the left baseline by the Sixers bench. 3 minutes gone by, and then a George knockaway, and it goes out of bounds, and George signaling to the Sixers bench he wants it reviewed. There has been no coach's challenge thus far. It won't happen here either. The Knicks quickly going to inbound as Tyler Ford handling the ball to Brunson. Brunson plays into OG. A 3 by Anunoby. In and out, no good. Maxey trying to tip it. Barlow with a rebound. Barlow's playing the 5 for the Sixers. His Bona and Drummond both in foul difficulty earlier. Here's Maxey on a drive to the right side. Scoops it, stops it, shoots it, and scores it. It's up and good. Clutch field goal by Maxey. A sweeping crossover to create the space on the right wing on McBride. Sixers by 2. Brunson drives in at VJ into the lane. Jump stop. Puts it up and good. Jalen Brunson right into the heart of the lane and evening the score. It's 94-all. He's got 20. Boy, that was quick. What a shot. Brunson with the great footwork. as everybody in basketball is full aware. Here's Maxey with it against Brunson. Sixers get a switch. Over to VJ. Oh, the Knicks are maybe in a zone. Grimes with it down low left. Grimes dribbling. VJ cuts. VJ soars. Underhand scoop. No good. No call. He goes down. That could have been on Towns. VJ missed a layup. Here's OG Anunoby. Gets Barlow backpedaling. Down the lane. Layup up and good. Straight line drive. Right hand off the glass. OG Anunoby with 22. And New York up by 2. Another case of the Sixers failing to convert on the layup. And the Knicks scoring a 4-point swing. Timeout Philadelphia. 7:47 to go in the fourth quarter. And again, our fourth quarter is brought to you by Toyota, the RAV fourth quarter. Visit Toyota.com to find your Toyota RAV4 today. Back after this, Knicks by 2. OG has been tough. Timeout on the court. Fourth quarter action continues on the 76ers Radio Network. Don't forget the 76ers mobile app. You can get great Sixers content presented by NJM Insurance Group. Sixers mobile app with your favorite 76ers content, real-time game stats, news, videos, a lot of interviews from the road. Visit the Apple App Store or Google Play to download. Kelly Oubre will play in. Sixers trail by 2. Here's a stat that favors New York in a decided fashion in that they have 56 points in the paint. Sixers have 28. Sixers ball, Maxey against McBride. Driving it to the left corner, Barlow. He picks it up. Searching, cross-court, VJ. Edgecombe to the right side, Paul George. Drives it, they cut him off. Baseline 2, high in the air, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart. New York in black going left to right. Sixers have more rebounds, but just 4 more, now 3 more. Jalen Brunson with it, 7:25 to go in the game. Towns loses it, another steal by George. It's picked up by Oubre to VJ, back to Oubre, into the lane on OG. Missed it, hit the underside of the rim. He was off balance, got underneath the goal, but a foul on New York. So VJ gave it right back, and OG Anunoby swiping with the right hand, fouling Kelly Oubre. Got him with a left hand as well. So Oubre will go to the line where he's 2 for 2. Sixers have made 18 out of 24. Foul line left. Oubre, the lefty out of New Orleans, who moved to Houston when Hurricane Katrina invaded that part of Louisiana. He went to Kansas. He's had an outstanding year for the Sixers despite being injured a couple of different times. He's in his 11th year. This is an amazing stat. In 9 straight seasons, he's averaged 11 points or more. Oubre with the free throws up and good, and the Sixers have tied it at 96. Game 2 on the line with 7:15 to go. Brunson, who's got 20 points and 6 assists. 1 of 6 from 3. High pick and roll with Towns. The angle to the hash mark on the left side. Keeps his dribble in the lane on Edgecombe to the right corner. OG Anunoby for 3. It's blocked by Barlow, and the Sixers have the ball on a high-flying closeout. He got a piece. 76ers can take the lead. 5:05. Maxey on a sprint drive into the corner. Oubre, catch and shoot 3. It's good. Kelly Oubre, baseline right by the Knicks bench. Pours in a high-arcing left-handed 3. He scored 5 in a row. Maxey in the air, kicking that ball out. Sixers 99, New York 96. Brunson with it out top. Again, hip check, screen by Towns. Towns against George. He palms the ball with his right hand, keeping George at bay, pushing off the left. He goes to OG, 3 to shoot. Anunoby into the left corner. Here's a long one by Hart. It's up and good. Josh Hart making the 3. His first 3 in the game. And he ties it at 99. Credit OG with a good kick out in the paint. And Josh Hart making a clutch 3. Sixers ball. Crowd chanting defense. Paul George in the near corner against Hart. Shot clock already down to 7. George stops, kick out VJ. Outside right, 3 ball by Edgecombe. Off the back, wide to the left, no good. Towns with the rebound, his 7th. New York gets a stop. And the ball under 6 minutes to go. An important possession here. Brunson with it. Brunson to Towns. Towns off a switch, guarded by Oubre. Takes him off the dribble. Oubre there. Towns pushes off, banks it up, but no good. He forced it. Oubre with the rebound. 76ers ball. Now the Sixers got to parlay this into a basket. Maxey guarded tightly by McBride. He lost the handle momentarily. Gains it back one-on-one on the near side. A bit of an ISO. Out top, Oubre, catch and shoot 3. It's in the air, off the rim, no good, wide to the right. Oubre, 3 of 6. Sixers have missed their last 2 shots, both from outside the arc. 99 all, 5:20 to go. Half court, Anunoby screens. Brunson off a switch. They force Barlow to guard Jalen Brunson. They like this matchup. Barlow in space, outside left. Left-hand dribble by Brunson. Switches to the right, stops, long 2, up, rimming good. Jalen Brunson with his 8th field goal. One-on-one. Pull up on Barlow and in. Knicks by 2 under 5 minutes to go. 101-99 Sixers ball. Maxey outside, up top to Oubre. Down low Barlow. Barlow goes in, spins on OG underneath the basket. He's looking, he's searching, he goes back to VJ. Edgecombe for 3, near side, it's in the air, off the iron, no good. Knicks get a stop in the ball. Sixers kind of freelancing there, and New York can capitalize with another basket. They've taken a 2-point lead. They're going to spread the court. Brunson against Barlow again. Crowd revved up here in New York, over 19,000, almost 20,000 on hand. Brunson between the legs, Brunson with a right-hand dribble, step back, right side, long 2, off the rim, loose ball rebound, Oubre gathers it. Sixers ball, 4:20 to go. Sixers need a bucket to tie. Maxey on a drive, into the lane, 4 Knicks are there, high-arcing bank shot, no good. Barlow bats it out top, George recovers. Tyrese for the lead, outside right, up, rimming, no. Rebound New York, Towns bats it over, and the Sixers misfire. Sixers have gone cold. 4 minutes to go. New York will take timeout. Knicks lead 101-99. Sixers keep firing from deep and cannot connect. Timeout. We'll be right back with the 4th quarter underway. 4:01 to go. New York with a 2-point lead. Again, this is the 76ers Radio Network.
Hey Sixers fans, ready to get in the game? If so, the PA Lottery is here to add even more excitement to gameplay you already know and love. Play to win with games like Scratch-Offs, draw games like Powerball and Mega Millions, and Lottery Online including e-instants right from your phone or tablet. Now that's a real slam dunk. Visit PALottery.com or download the PA Lottery app today and take your shot at fun and prizes. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
You're listening to the Sixers Radio Network.
Knicks have outscored the Sixers 12-9, low-scoring quarter so far. Sixers almost 8 minutes of action have only had 9 points, and then all told from the field, the Sixers are 3 of 15 in the fourth, 1 of 7 from 3. New York will have the basketball when play resumes. Overall, they're shooting 51%. And with those numbers I just shared, the Sixers have dipped to 46.5% from the field. It's been an intense game. Sixers without Joel Embiid. And New York playing this one without Mitchell Robinson. Tom McGinnis with the call. Game 2 here in New York. Knicks trying to go up 2-1. Sixers trying to come from behind and steal this one, as they say. New York will inbound. Knicks by 2, 100-199. OG Anunoby handles the inbound. It goes back to Brunson. Shot clock at 15, under 4 minutes to go in the game. Jalen Brunson off the switch. They keep getting Barlow on Brunson. And now Brunson with the dribble, top of the key, right hand. Up fake, spins, shoots it in the air, got it. Jalen Brunson whirls, fires, and connects from just inside the top of the key. And with that, they go up by 4, and Brunson now with 24 points. He's taking over offensively. One-on-one, the smallest player on the court. Sixers need a basket desperately here. It's a 4-point deficit. 6 on the clock, and they go way out toward midcourt. VJ making a move, stops and fires a 3. It's way short. Sixers didn't get a whole lot there on offense. OG Anunoby trying to get a seal offensively, and now the Knicks quickly come down and take a timeout. They had one to burn with over 3 minutes to go in the ball game. You can't go into the under 2-minute mark with 3 timeouts, so it'll be Mike Brown using the timeout. He huddles with assistant coach Tris Gent to draw up a play, and a less than risky call. He might go with Jalen Brunson, but they've also used OG Anunoby, who's been so effective. But again, the Sixers, not sure what the action was intended or what they expected to get out of that one, but with the clock down to 5, BJ Edgecombe was dribbling away from the basket. Instead of toward the goal, he was dribbling out toward midcourt. And then at center court, he turns and goes back, and the best option was to get a pull-up 3, and he missed. And now the Sixers 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. And with a 4-point lead, this would be a damaging blow if New York were able to get another field goal here. So the Sixers offensively struggling. New York is led in their last 3 games at different points. Get this. They led against the Hawks by 30, and then in their closeout game by 60, and then by 40 against the Sixers in the first game of this series, and their largest lead tonight has been 4. So again, the Sixers playing way better, but right now, in a dire situation, they need a stop. Bridges will play in. Hart is going to screen. They set a double pick for Brunson. He comes to get it. Pivotal part of the game. 3:09 to go. Sixers double Brunson. Hart has it. He turns it over, but gains it back, and he goes down to OG. Misses a dunk. Good defense by George. 5 to shoot. Mikal Bridges with it. Step back long 2 on Oubre is good. Boy, that is a defining play, not just in this game, conceivably, though, in this series. The Sixers stole it. New York got it back. Sixers seemingly had a stop. They blocked a dunk, and then Mikal Bridges with a huge basket. 6-point game. Maxey in the lane, loses it, turnover, and no whistle. Hard at midcourt, 2:40 to go. Sixers need a stop. They need a steal. Desperate times now is Hard at midcourt, and finally, Tony Brothers signals timeout. 2:31 to go. That was quite a sequence just a moment ago, and then the Sixers come right back and turn it over. New York has scored 9 in a row. Maxey went in. He lost it with Brunson, the last line of defense. Mikal Bridges with a huge basket to finish off that possession. In the description, I mentioned Hart lost it, gained it back. And then they go up with OG Anunoby trying to dunk it, and Paul George blocked his dunk at the rim. So a 6-point lead. A basket here by New York, the way the Sixers have struggled of late on offense. And New York, having reeled off 9 in a row, would really seem to put the Sixers in a dire situation. New York, the alumni on hand alone, the Knicks, they could host a fantasy camp after this game. They have droves of former players, and I mentioned this the other night, but Spencer Haywood is here as well, Patrick Ewing. Gerald Wilkins is on hand. I don't think he was here for game 1. Larry Johnson, John Starks. I'm trying to name the Knicks players without naming the celebrities, because there's several. Bernard King, who played 5 great years for the Knicks in the 70s, is here as well. Chris Childs is on hand. John Starks is here, of course. And the Sixers out of the timeout with a 6-point deficit, defending New York. Again, Bridges will play in. This time he'll do so near the scorer's table with his back to the far side. By the scorer's table, Bridges looking in. He just had that clutch basket. He's got 18 points of the game. They go into Hart. Hart made a big 3 moments ago. BJ guarding Brunson. Brunson at midcourt. 2:25 to go. They double Brunson, and Grimes steals it. He's on his back. He's trying to get it. He is finally tied up. Nick Nurse, though, called timeout. That was a pivotal part of Game 2 in the 2024 series, where the Sixers tried to call a timeout and were not granted it. Here, Grimes steals it with BJ Edgecombe there. Sixers are 0 of 6 during this 9-0 run from the field. And now with 2:19 to go, they leave themselves with 1 timeout. Looks like Drummond might come in the game. So it's interesting. Like I said, Barlow's played a big factor, but, teams force switches and they try to get into what they consider an ideal matchup. Well, Brunson is hard to guard for any player, let alone Dominic Barlow, who's a good defender, but against one of the more adept, talented, blessed with some of the best footwork in the sport in Jalen Brunson. That's been a tough cover, and they have forced that action on multiple trips in a row. 105-99, the Sixers gave up 138 points in the first game in this series, 137. So a much better defensive effort, but the game is on the line. They're going to bring McBride out of the timeout huddle with Towns, Brunson, Bridges, and it looks like Hart will stay in there. He's in a sideline conversation with Coach Mike Brown. Sixers with VJ, Paul George, Barlow, Oubre, and Maxey. With the timeout, Philadelphia is going to get the ball at center court. So they not only got the stop, they got the steal, but now they got to pay it off with the basket. Long way to go. Multiple possessions remain. Sixers down by 6. The inbound ball goes to Barlow, who in turn goes back out to George. Up top, BJ Edgecombe goes back to Paul George. 2:09 to go to Barlow at the foul line. Barlow down low. Tough pass. He throws it away. Too much on it. Down low right. Risky play. And try to get it to Oubre, and the Sixers turn it over. The anatomy of a breakdown as the Sixers trail with 2 minutes to go, down 6. Knicks ball. They could put a dagger here in the outcome as Towns to the left side. McBride for 3. Hierarchy triple. Rounded out. No good. George with the rebound. Big time chance for the Sixers. Minute 50 to go. Maxey driving. Bridges reaches. Whistle foul. 1:47 to go. Hart there reaching as well. I think the foul is going to go on Mikal Bridges. And Bridges with his first foul in the game. Hart reached as well. First in the last 2 minutes for New York. 1:47 to go. Both teams with 1 timeout. Sixers have a foul to give, but they have the ball. They need a basket in a big-time way. 1:40 to go. Maxey against Bridges out top. Backs out toward midcourt. Switches to the right hand. And now into the lane. Maxey with an underhand scoop. Rimming wide to the right. Oubre tips it. No good. Whistle foul. Maxey thought he was fouled. missed the layup. He actually drove it with the left hand on the left side. I misspoke. And then he goes in there, and Oubre tried to tap it in. And a foul. Oubre is going to go to the line. Maxey seated. It's Tyler Ford right there. Maxey disagreeing on the lack of a foul call. And now Oubre will shoot 2 free throws where he is 4 for 4. He's got 19 points. Paul George had the hot hand early from 3. He's got 19 points, 11 of which came in the first. Oh, and it is Maxey going to the line. Wow, there wasn't a lot of contact there. We just watched the replay. Maxey's free throw is good. Tyrese Maxey with 24 points. 5 Sixers starters were in double figures in game 1 Monday. 4 tonight. With Drummond starting, he's got 6. Maxey makes it a 5-point game. He can cut it to 105-101 with 93 seconds to go. Second free throw, no good. Sixers are going to look back. If they do fall, they're 21 of 28. They've missed 7 free throws. They've committed 18 turnovers, and they're 10-3 when they've committed 15 or more turnovers in the season. New York ball, Bridges at midcourt, and Oubre knocks into him. Sixers, though, with just their second foul, their first in the last 2 minutes. Bridges was pinned along the sideline and the center court line, and Oubre got too close and pushed him out. So the Knicks would be at the line on the next foul. 1:17 to go. Oubre with his second personal. Brunson to play in. New York by 5. Jalen Brunson with VJ playing off the ball. Knicks with cutters. It's Hart receiving it outside right. He turns. And Barlow has Brunson. How about that? BJ guards Hart. 6 to shoot. Back to Brunson on the right side. Drives it with the left hand. Into the lane. Barlow blocked it. Oh, my goodness. They've called another foul on the Sixers. Jalen Brunson driving it from the right perimeter. He's a left-hand player. Goes into the lane. Sixers block it, but they call a foul. And I don't think the foul was on the block. I think it was on a reach on Edgecombe. BJ was trying to give help. And Brunson going to the line, where he's 5 of 6. So they get a stop, but a reach-in foul. Here's Jalen Brunson, foul line right, free throw up and good. 6-point game with 66 seconds to go. Sixers are going to bring Grimes into the game. Brunson, 25 points. And Brunson going back to the line. The Knicks as a team, 19 of 22 for the line. Again, the Sixers missed 7 free throws in the game. They trail by 6, and if Brunson makes this, it would be a 7-point game. Jalen Brunson, left foot forward, left-hand dribble. Foul line right, 1:06 to go. Crowd on its feet in the lower bowl here at MSG. Free throws up, good. Made them both. That makes it a 107-100 game. Bridges with a pickup point on Maxey at 3/4 court. Maxey drives all the way down the court. Underhand scoop. Got it. Got it around Towns and Bridges. Sixers cut it to 5. 1 minute to go. Bridges with the ball. Bridges trying to get it across midcourt with a left-hand dribble. Reverse pivot. Cross court. Skip to the near side. Towns. 50 seconds to go. Karl Anthony Towns to the right side. Deuce McBride. McBride hounded by George. Shot clock already down to 6. McBride with a dribble. Drives it to the left side. Hart. Hart rises. Difficult 3. Rimming no. Sixers get a stop. Oubre with the rebound. Outlet George. 107-102. 30 seconds to go to the near side. BJ Edgecombe. To George. George a tough 3. Air ball. Kelly Oubre saves the rebound, but he's out of bounds. Boy, BJ Edgecombe had McBride on him. McBride was pressing out. Easy to say. But I think if BJ drives it and gets around him, he had a lot of space. Instead, he went to George, and George with a tough 3. That was an air ball. And 25 seconds to go. Sixers absolutely have to steal this. They trail 107-102. They're doubling. They're holding Bridges. Hart playing in. 5 count. No. Timeout, New York. 25 seconds to go. New York with a timeout from the sideline by Mike Brown. I believe that was their last timeout. So the Sixers struggle to score. They had 90 points after 3. They've scored 12 points in one of the most important quarters of the season. 5-point New York lead. Again, Game 3 will be Friday night at Xfinity Mobile Arena. And New York in position, barring a miraculous comeback, to take a 2-0 lead into Philadelphia in this second round Eastern Conference Series. Bridges 9 out of 13, 18 points. Brunson 9 of 21, 26 points. OG Anunoby 24 points. And Towns with a double-double and with 7 assists, not way off from what would have been a triple-double. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds in 27 minutes. Maxey with 26 points for the Sixers. Only 5 attempts from 3, made just 1. Sixers made 13 threes, but in the fourth quarter, they've made one single solitary three-point bucket. Edgecombe 17 points, 19 apiece for Oubre and George. Sixers have had a rotation at the 5 spot with Drummond, who started, Dembona, but here mostly late in the game, it's been Dominic Barlow. Right now, Barlow out. Sixers with VJ on Brunson. George has Towns. Maxey is going to play off the inbound passer, who is Hart. Oubre with McBride, who, oh, by the way, is in the backcourt, and Bridges way in the backcourt. Josh Hart unattended on the far side and all the way to the backcourt to Bridges. 24 seconds to go in the game. Jump pass to Deuce McBride, and Maxey fouls him. So McBride will go to the line where he has not shot a free throw in the game. He will shoot 2 here. Maxey wraps him up, and Miles McBride will go to the line. He was injured much of the year. He just played 41 games, 78% from the line on the season. And McBride did not shoot a free throw in the first round series against Atlanta. He's foul line right. 22 seconds to go. The free throw's up and good, and New York taking a 6-point lead, which their largest has been 7. Towns out, Shamet in. 108-102. Sixers have a timeout. New York does not. Karl Anthony Towns with a big reception from this crowd, and back to the line, McBride, who's out of West Virginia. 5th-year player listed at 6'1", misses the free throw. Grimes with it, 20 seconds to go. Sixers down by 6. Maxey needs a miracle in New York. Fires for 3. It's in the air. Rimmy no. Rebound Brunson, and New York will advance it into the front court. BJ there. Brunson dribbling away. They're not going to foul as they chase him, and New York is going to win game 2 in a cacophonous roar here at MSG as time expires, and New York takes a 2-0 lead with a 6-point win. 108-102. Sixers led for much of the game until the 4th. And New York with a hard-fought win. Balanced scoring. Their stars, Brunson and Towns, with OG Anunoby and Bridges contributing in a big way. Jalen Brunson, 26 points.
Back down through. Bulls within 1. There's Fox with that Bugatti speed to the free throw line. Out to Wemby wing left. Wemby comes across the paint. Kick out back to Fox. Fox with that left hand on the dribble. Gets by Jaden, runs into Rudy, lobs it back out. Champagny lost it. Mike Conley's got the steal. Up ahead, Shannon. One thing, going to the rim. Layup good. He muscled Castle out of the way and scored it for 2. Timberwolves are up by 1. There's Fox quickly into the paint, floats it up and in over Rudy Gobert.
Fox has been activated, hasn't he?
Yep.
He is looking super aggressive in this game, way more than in game 1.
Mitch Johnson was asked about De'Aaron Fox before the game, and he was pretty coy. He says, I'm happy with the way De'Aaron balances his aggressiveness with it, getting everybody else involved. Here's Shannon trying a 3 right side, no. Again, that's coming kind of early in the shot clock as Randall bumps into Castle coming up the floor, and he's called for the foul.
It's quite the collision just across the timeline that time by Julius Randle. Just kind of bumped shoulders with Castle. They both took a lot of contact on that play.
8-7, San Antonio by 1. 4 gone, 8 left to play, opening quarter. Spurs are 4 of 9 shooting to start the game. Lob inside, Wemby under duress, able to get his arm up, batted up off the glass, it goes in, and I think they got Julius Randle on his 2nd foul. Nope, they got TJ Shannon. Fortunately for Minnesota, it was Shannon on one side and Randle on the other.
A lot more energy here from the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby's been very active here. A couple tip-ins for him. That was a lob attempt right there, that last pass. But Wemby's right there, and he's just pumping this crowd up.
Defensive Player of the Year, first of many to come. Wemby caps off the three-point play. San Antonio up 4, 11-7. Spurs missed their first 3 shots of the game. They've hit 5 of 7 since. Conley under duress, gets a screen from Randall, switched on to Stephon Castle. Now McDaniels, wing left beyond the hash mark, back to Conley, they'll try the right side. TJ, baseline floater, up and in. TJ Shannon getting his 3rd consecutive start. He brings the Wolves to within 2.
He's productive, too. He is not afraid. This guy's been bringing it.
Castle in the corner. Baseline got away from Conley, rises and hammers with the right hand. An emphatic finish for Stephon Castle.
You can't reach if you're Mike Conley. There's nobody there, no low man help that time as Conley reached in the corner and Castle just blew right past him. Nobody was there.
Spurs back up by 4, matching their largest lead here in the opening 5 minutes. Conley pressured, now terminates the dribble just inside of midcourt. Rudy the release valve. Rudy a dribble to the left side, hand off to McDaniels, top of the key. Jaden snakes his way inside, floats it up over Wemby, hits the shot, there was a foul. 3-point opportunity for Jaden McDaniels. He can bring the Wolves to within 1 with a free throw. Ayo Dosunmu first off the bench for head coach Chris Finch, who's won more series and more postseason games than any coach in franchise history. He's 5-4 in postseason series. He's 26-23. And on this 5-year playoff run, the 3rd longest active streak in the NBA behind Boston and Denver, 2 teams that, ironically enough, are out of this year's postseason. Jaden could not hit the free throw. He was shooting 83% at the line, getting there 3 times a game. Wolves down 2. Castle on the move to the right side, runs inside on Rudy, rises up, missed the shot. What defense by Gobert, who held his own. He's down. Wolves playing 4-on-4 at the other end. Now Castle rejoins the fray. Randall goes to work. Backing down his man, Keldon Johnson. Pump fakes, now rises. The shot off to the right, and Dylan Harper's got the rebound. Rudy back on his feet and picking up Wemby. Losing the handle was Harper. Coming away with it is Randall. He'll run to the lane. Off to Rudy. Oh, he got fouled hard. Keldon Johnson got him. Crowd thought Wemby got the block clean, but there was plenty of contact. And Rudy will be at the free throw line for 2 when we come back. Wow, what an energetic start to this one. We've got 6:24 left to go in the opening quarter. It's San Antonio 13, Minnesota 11. You're listening to Game 2 of the 2nd round of the Western Conference semifinals on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Black Eagle, Black Eagle, Black Eagle.
What's up with it? Good to see y'all. Hey, this is my main game. I've been over here eating steak, doing the same thing y'all doing, enjoying the east side. Hey, the Philadelphia 76ers shot way too many three-pointers in the last 5 minutes of that game. I wanted to say that, but I was over here eating. Good to see y'all. West side, this should be a dandy. Potoi, back to the background. Commercial break. Yup.
left to go in the opening quarter of Game 2. The Spurs lead the Timberwolves 13-11. Neither team has had a double-digit lead in now a quarter and a game and a half now. A game and a half a quarter. We finally get that right. 6:24 left to go in the opening frame. Straight up, 9 o'clock Central Time Zone. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network. Timberwolves down by 2 here, midway through the opening quarter. Ayo Dosunmu back on the floor. Anthony Edwards not yet making his first appearance of the game. Anthony Edwards spoke after Game 1, talked about the importance of Mike Conley in that Monday night win.
Yeah, man, Mike is incredible to be doing this at his age, and I think what keeps me engaged so much is just for him to be this old and like have this many years, and like his engagement, like the way he's locked into the game plan, locked in on everything, like what tendencies and stuff like that, the game plan. I think that's super important for me to see, like, you know, for him to be, you know, just a vet, like 18 years in and just super locked in.
12 points, 6 assists, no turnovers for Mike Conley. It was a plus 13, and that plus 13, plus 12 of it came in 7 minutes and 20 seconds to start the fourth quarter. He was sensational.
He certainly was. You got to love the fact that Minnesota has such great depth at the guard position, and even without Dante DiVincenzo, who's so vital to Minnesota's success this year, you still have all these guards, and to have Mike in the mix has been huge. Getting Ant back is just an unbelievable turn of events here in this series.
Edwards is on the floor right now. He took off the warm-up during that soundbite. He's on there with Ayo, Rudy, Naz Reid, and Jaden McDaniels. Corner 3 by Vassell, no, and Gobert clears the rebound. Boy, San Antonio shot the 3 really well against Portland, but they have struggled in a game plus now. Ant pulls up on a straightaway 3, way long, and the rebound to Keldon Johnson. Hit ahead, here's Castle, lob inside, Wemby makes the catch, turns, flips it up, no, as he was being held by Rudy Gobert. Rudy commits his first personal foul. And I think they're going to say sideline out of bounds here. And not give Wemby the shot attempt. Spurs shot 42%, making 13 threes a game against the Trailblazers in their 5-game series. They hit 10 threes in Game 1, shot 28%. So far tonight, they're 0 for 3. Castle to Keldon Johnson, runs on Naz into the paint. Naz stripped him into the corner, ball loose. It trickles into the Timberwolves bench. 5 to shoot for San Antonio. Great hustle, great defense by Naz Reid. Castle will trigger in. The lob to Wemby with 3. Pulls up with a hash mark 3, way offline. And Naz Reid collects the rebound. Naz had 9 of those in Game 1. Here's Edwards to the right side of the floor. Stops against Castle. Feeds Ayo. Makes a nice catch. Now to Rudy. Dropping it back for Ant. Off the screen. Edwards hunting for the 3. Off the front rim. That one a little closer, but still off. 0 for 2 to begin tonight. 13-12. Spurs still lead by 1. Right side, Dylan Harper. Had a big game off the bench in Game 1. Feeds Vassell. Right side 3. That clangs off the back iron. Naz Reid another rebound. 5 to go here in the opening quarter. Number 5's got it. Anthony Edwards, a left-handed dribble to the elbow. Now in the paint, got stripped. Rudy scoops up the loose ball. Out to Ayo Dosunmu. He'll drive down the lane. His floater short. Rudy offensive rebound. Oh, the putback. He tried to grab it and scoop it off the glass for 2. It rolled off the rim. Castle back the other way on the hunt. Runs it up in the paint. In and out, no. Gobert another rebound. Good outlet to McDaniels. Jaden picked up at the three-point line. Now Naz Reid on the run, beats Vassell, runs it up over Wemby and hits it off glass.
What's great about that play is that Rudy Gobert is doing a great job of engaging Wembanyama, not letting him go to shot block.
Castle against McDaniels inside, wow. No, finally a whistle is called. It'll go against Jaden McDaniels. But Castle looked like he was using the off arm a bunch, then Jaden may have gotten him. It was a lot of contact both ways.
Certainly was. The coaching staff all exploded off the bench. They were looking at something else that happened as well. I didn't quite see it, but that exchange between Stephon Castle and Jaden McDaniels definitely was significant.
First personal foul on Jaden McDaniels. It comes with 4:24 to go in the opening quarter. Jaden has gotten himself into foul troubles. The first free throw is good for Castle. So in the last 4 games, Jaden's committed 19 fouls, 5, 4, 5, and 5. 3 times in the last 4 games, he's picked up 2 in the opening quarter. Twice in the last 4 games, he's got 3 in the first half. Castle trying to go 2 of 2 at the stripe. He takes the second one, and it's a 15-14 San Antonio lead. Here comes Ant up in the front court left side with 4:20 left to go opening quarter. Working against Castle to the baseline. Ant with it, sees a double. Out to Rudy Gobert, sets up Nasri. Nas was trying to drive, he got cut off by Keldon Johnson. Handoff to Ant, he'll just rise up, left side triple, that's no good. Ant's 0 for 3 shooting with a turnover. There's Keldon Johnson on the move, drives in, runs into McDaniels, runs up the shot, no, and Jaden collects the rebound. Spurs by 1 as Io snakes his way to the right side of the floor. Now sets up the offense. Jaden McDaniels left side off the Gobert screen. He's going to pop on a 3. That's off front rim, no. And a loose ball foul against the Spurs inside with Wemby off the floor. Rudy Gobert got fouled.
Stephon Castle picks up the foul.
That's the first on Castle. And again, he fouled out in game 1. 6 fouls in just 28 minutes. So with Wemby off the floor in game 1, the Wolves won those minutes. They were a +7 when Wembanyama was off the floor. When Wemby was on, Spurs were a +5. Here's Io off the screen by Rudy, off of the window and off the iron no. Missed that one really badly. The Wolves are 0 for 6 on their triple tries.
Both teams have not been shooting the ball particularly well in this game.
0 for 11 combined between the two. Keldon Johnson makes it 0 for 12. Each team's 0 for 6.
Spurs are shooting 35%. Minnesota matching them exactly at 35.5.
It's incredible. Both teams 6 of 17 from the field and 0 of 6 from deep. Edwards with it. 1-on-1 here against Fox. Backs him down. Free throw line. Hezzy now a rise. That jumper offline. Rudy offensive rebound. Putback may have gotten knocked away by Cornette. Loose ball scooped up, and Keldon Johnson controls for San Antonio. Up top, here's Dylan Harper on the attack. Spins in the paint, now fades from 7 feet. It rolls around and drops in.
Anthony Edwards is doing exactly the opposite of what he did in game 1. He's hunting shots, and he's hunting bad shots. He's been taking contested threes. That last 2-point shot he took was very contested, difficult shot. He's not moving the basketball at all here.
No, there's 1 and 0 pass possessions. I mean, his first touch was a shot. Like, he went 5 minutes into the game when he was in before he even shot the ball in game 1.
Yeah, he's already taken 4 shot attempts, and I don't think any of them were good shots.
Nope, in 3 minutes of play. Timberwolves still within 3. It's 17-14. There's 2:53 left to go in the opening quarter. We step aside here in game 2 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Basketball game starting off a little rough. They'll get it going. It's the West Side. Hey, that first game, a lot of points early. Got sloppy late. Good to see y'all. Wednesday night hoops. Commercial break.
That 9-0 run, the largest from either side, and the Knicks, although taking much more of a punch from the Sixers, they hang on. They hold serve on their home floor in each of these first two games. Tonight it was a 108-102 victory. Jalen Brunson, 26 points. OG Anunoby added 24, and our old friend Karl Anthony Towns, 20 points, 10 boards, 7 dimes. So New York, the 2-0 lead in the series, Game 3 from Philly, set for Friday night. Let's get back to San Antonio. Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. A little surprised. The Knicks have been able to go up 2-0 against a Philly team that started to play really well toward the end of that Boston series.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is impaired, obviously. His knee and ankle problems, like he's just not right, and so he didn't play in Game 2. And, you know, the Knicks really caught a rhythm, Alan, against the Atlanta Hawks and what worked for them. Playing through Karl Anthony Towns to the top of the floor, he's been a big-time hub, and he's done a great job of transforming that team. They really figured out how to play against the Atlanta Hawks.
4 series left in the NBA playoffs. The Wolves, the only road team to pick up a win in Game 1. Out of the timeout, the Wolves will bring it up left to right. They've got Ant, TJ, Naz, Rudy, and Ayo Dosunmu. Left to right across your radio, trailing by 3. Two teams have combined to shoot 2 for 17 from the field over the last 3.5 minutes. Naz trying to change that. Baseline drive, he got it knocked away. Scooped up by Dylan Harper. Here comes De'Aaron Fox. Lowers the shoulder lane. He lost it, but a whistle and a foul. They're going to get TJ Shannon for his second personal foul.
Boy, they do a great job of having active hands, and they are always stripping at the basketball when Minnesota's penetrating. Naz has lost the ball a number of times so far in these first 2 games. Just got stripped on that last possession. Probably got stripped 2-3 times in Game 1.
First free throw is good for De'Aaron Fox, an excellent free throw shooter. Just the second postseason appearance for Fox in his 9 seasons in the NBA. Sacramento, he made it once back in the 2023 postseason. They lost 4 games to 3 to Golden State. Now back in his hometown, San Antonio. Runner across the lane, that's no good for Anthony Edwards. He's 0 for 5 shooting. Here comes Fox back the other way. Against Ayo in the paint, fades on the jumper, it's no good. Naz Reid secures the rebound. Fox is not from here. His wife is from San Antonio. He's from New Orleans. 1 year at Kentucky. Naz got it knocked away at midcourt. And it's out of bounds.
They're saying Naz threw it out. He's saying it got deflected. Mitchell Irvin is saying it did not get deflected.
Naz always feels like he has to
argue
lobby the call
call.
every time. Just go from one ref to the next. 5-point Spurs lead. This is their largest of the game thus far. Under 2 to go, opening quarter. Fox off the Cornette screen. Into the paint. Cornette sets it a legal screen, and Fox got his shot knocked away. It goes off him, out of bounds.
Well, Ayo blocked it. He blocked the shot attempt and then hit it off of De'Aaron Fox, who was falling down at the same time. Great play by Dosunmu.
Ayo's defense has been really
So
good
good.
in the postseason. He's holding opponents to 34% shooting. Here's Shannon on lob to Rudy. A little bit of a line drive, not a lot of touch on that pass. Rudy got a hand to it, but didn't have a chance to finish it off. Wolves has still only put up 14 points. They're shooting 29%. They're only down by 5. Harper with it up top against TJ Shannon. Little shake and bake to the baseline, a double clutch. That shot hits the front rim, no, and Naz Reid's got another rebound, his 4th of the game. Cross court, here's TJ, 1:12 to play. They get it to Ant against Champagny. A double comes, the inside Rudy, pivots, kicks out to the right side. Naz on a run inside, floats it up, over Cornette, no. And Keldon Johnson's got the rebound. The Wolves are down to 27% shooting. Here's Fox with 55 seconds to go first quarter. Off the Cornette screen, top of the key. To the free throw line now out right side. Here's Dylan Harper on the attack. Spins away from Ayo. Finds Cornette in the dunker spot, who takes a step and dunks it with 2 hands. Luke Cornette gives the Spurs a 7-point lead. They are on an 8-0 run. 38 seconds left. TJ on the run. Attacks Cornette. Gets his shot rejected out of bounds. So that's the 4th time TJ has gotten a shot blocked in this series so far. 3 in game 1. As Wemby got credited with 12 blocks, an NBA postseason record. Wolves have 12 to shoot. There's 34 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Edwards triggers in. Rudy beyond the arc, handoff to Ant, takes a dribble, fires on the three and hits it. So finally Anthony Edwards gets on track after missing his first 5 shots. Timberwolves back to within 4. Fox will jog it up the center of the floor. There's a 6-second differential, game clock, shot clock. Wolves do not have a foul to give, neither do the Spurs. Here's Fox off the Cornet screen, snakes his way to the elbow, now the mid-post on the left side. He's got Rudy on him, pulls him out to the perimeter, steps back on the 3, halfway down, popped out, and then popped back in. Fox hits the 3, Spurs by 7. 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Naz Reid off to Ayo DeSumo on the right side, steps through baseline, shot blocked out of bounds by Keldon Johnson. He's all hyped up, he runs into the crowd. The horn has reached triple digits, and the Wolves put up 17 points in the opening quarter on 28% shooting, 1 of 7 from distance, and 5 turnovers. The good news, they're only down by 7. We're headed to the second next in San Antonio in Game 2 on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
We head to the second quarter in Game 2 with the Wolves up 1-0 on the Spurs. It's 24-17, but there's not a lot to like about the way the Wolves played offense in that 12 minutes, Jim.
No. 17
points, 28% shooting, 1 of 7 from deep, 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Add in 5 turnovers, that equals a 63 offensive rating. That is slightly below anywhere close to good.
I see 6 turnovers, so I mean I don't know what the stat sheet is showing.
I'm reading off it here.
Isn't that funny? Well, maybe courtside's wrong, but
and Minnesota missed 15 of their final 17 shots. Yet they're still only down by 7. It's incredible.
They've defensive rebounded the basketball pretty well. They've not given up a ton of second shot attempts. San Antonio has 1 hoop in second chance variety, but Minnesota has not run good offense. The spacing's not been great. You have to give San Antonio a little bit of the credit because they've extended their defense, and they're making it difficult. When Rudy's at the top of the floor trying to find somebody to hand it off to, there's a spur in the cut of every player that's coming for a handoff. It's frustrated Minnesota, and then when they have gotten clean looks, they've not been able to knock them down. But Anthony Edwards did not come with the same mindset that he did in Game 1. He came in, eased himself into the game, didn't take his first shot for 5 minutes, but in this one, he took 4 bad shots in the first 3 minutes he was in the game, and it really kind of set Minnesota back. You're looking for a punch from your bench. So Ant goes 1 of 6, Ayo goes 0 for 3, Naz Reid 1 of 2. So it's not been good offense here from Minnesota. 2 of 11 for your bench coming off for Minnesota.
Spurs defense, we didn't see it in game one. We're seeing a different Spurs defense in game two. They were third best in the regular season. Here's Jaden, a crossover, a drive on Champagny. He'll float it up and hit. Maybe we just had to get through that first quarter. Jaden gets the Wolves to within 5 here.
And also, Rudy's off the floor now, so Minnesota has shooters all over the floor. It's going to occupy Victor Wembanyama on the perimeter.
Wemby is out there. Julius Randle aside to him. Julius held him to 4 of 10 shooting in his minutes in game one. Here's Wemby against Randle. Spins in the lane up with a right hand and scores it relatively easy because of that 7'6" frame and that length, that reach. I mean, he basically just dropped that in over the cylinder, and he was 5-6 feet away from the rim when he started. Here's Jaden on a drive and got called for a travel.
You better have a plan if you're going to put the ball on the deck and go to the rim. If Victor Wembanyama is sitting there waiting for you, you've got to have a plan. You've got to use your peripheral vision to see where the open shooters might be. Minnesota said they were going to keep on attacking. We haven't really seen that in this game.
It is, they did have 6 turnovers in the opening quarter. Now they've got 7. Here's Fox on the penetration, out to Champagny wing left. Now baseline, Keldon Johnson muscles it up. Got his shot blocked. McDaniels rejects it. It's out of bounds. They'll say, well, Scott Foster initially said San Antonio ball, but I think they're going to say Minnesota ball.
Yes, they are.
Yep, Scott Foster went over to Mitchell Irvin and I think just told him what he was going to do. I don't think he was interested in what Mitchell Irvin had to say.
I think you're right. Because he was already saying, I think it's on me. I think it was on me.
He taps his chest. Well, then why are you going to talk to him in the first place? 26-19, 7-point Spurs lead. Wolves with it, left to right here. Jaden, little fake, a shimmy into the paint on Castle, runs up the shot. That rolls off. Wemby just flat-footed and waits for it to come down to him. Flat-footed, basically took it off the rim. There's Castle with it up top. Left side, Fox. Inside Wemby, quick move on McDaniels, missed the layup, grabs his own rebound and puts it back up and in. 9-point deficit. This is the largest lead the Spurs have had in the series. Nas left corner, Wemby's on him, pulls up on the 3 and hits it. Wow, big time shot by Nas Reed with Wemby right on him. A pull-up triple, Keldon Johnson back the other way, drives deep, rises, and draws the foul on Jaden McDaniels. That'll be 2 on Jaden. Keldon Johnson to the free throw line for 2 shots. Timberwolves basketball tonight brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Timberwolves. And by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Book your stay now, TICasino.com. Visit the island, Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Back iron for Keldon Johnson. One more free throw coming. Io out, Ant back in. Ant did not start the second quarter, but he comes in just a minute plus. They used a similar tactic on Monday night where he played the final 5 or 6 minutes of the first quarter, rested for a couple of minutes, then came back in.
Carter Bryant into the game for the San Antonio Spurs, gets a nice hand from the crowd. They like his hustle and athleticism. He's going to be charged with defending Anthony Edwards.
So Carter Bryant, who missed game 1 with an ankle injury.
Keldon Johnson picks up his second personal foul, trying to defend Julius Randle, trying to elbow catch. He's going to go sit down.
Actually, Carter Bryant had a right foot sprain. I want to be accurate. Ankle, foot, not ankle. His ankle's fine. Randle to the baseline. Up fakes, got double, locked in. Had 5 turnovers in game 1. He's got another one here tonight. 29-22. Spurs by 7. They got possession here. Castle with it. Working against McDaniels. Into the paint, shoves off, leans in, double clutches. There's the third on Jaden. Third time in 5 games. Jaden's picked up 3 first half fouls, and he's got to sit.
He just can't let somebody score on him inside. He would rather get his 3rd foul than just let Stephon Castle get an inside hoop on him. That's how competitive Jaden McDaniels is, but you can't do it.
Castle is super physical when he drives. I mean, he bangs you with the off arm and then kind of throws himself into you to draw the contact.
Jaden McDaniels' 3rd foul is way more valuable than any one hoop that he's going to give up inside like that. Just I'm not saying just let him score, but you can just be legal and just have your arm straight up and try to make him miss.
Castle averaged 17 points a game in the regular season. He finished 6th in the NBA in assists, 7 per. Number 4 pick by the Spurs back in the 2024 draft out of UConn. So Jalen Clark is into the game with Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid. Here's Randle on a run into the paint, out to the corner. Conley catch and shoot 3. Halfway down, it popped out. Wolves are 2 for 9 on their threes. San Antonio 1 for 7. Castle a drive, floats up the shot, no. He picks up a foul on Edwards.
Minnesota's been very handsy here with their defense. It's one of the reasons why they've picked up so many personal fouls here in a flurry.
And that's been one of the issues they've had throughout the course of the regular season. When it starts to go south, a lot of fouls, a lot of opponent free throws.
Yeah. Turnovers as well.
Turnovers as well.
You know,
8 of them now.
It's you can't do that on the road in a playoff game. Is just start letting go of the rope. Not that they have totally, but they just aren't playing smart right now to start this game.
First double-digit lead for either team in this series comes right here. San Antonio leads it by 11. 2 free throws good for Stephon Castle, who's got 8 points. 9 for Fox, 11 for Wemby. Wolves' leading scorer is Jaden McDaniels with 6. Conley with it inside of midcourt, 10 to shoot. Here's Randle against Castle at the elbow. Pulls up on the jumper and strokes it. Julius knocks down his first shot of the night. Timberwolves down by 9. Mentioned that turnover by Julius. It was his second of the game, not his first. Castle on the attack against Clark. Into the paint, gets by him, runs up the shot, and Scott Foster says, offensive foul. And they are going to get it against Castle. I didn't know if he got an illegal screen, but I mentioned that off arm that he loves to use, and that apparently he used it a little too strong there. Second foul on Castle.
Well, this is where the San Antonio Spurs are special because they can sit down Stephon Castle and bring in De'Aaron Fox. You don't lose anything. In fact, they just change gears.
Boy, Carter Bryant is just all over Anthony Edwards. Now he switched on to Conley. Edwards with it up top. Champagnie with it. Ant into the paint with the right hand. Finds a cutting Clark, who floats it up. Missed the shot short. Wemby's got the rebound. That was a Wemby-affected shot there. Clark knew he couldn't get to the rim. Fox with it, wing right, guarded by Naz. High post, here's Wemby against Ant. Up fakes the jumper, spins, runs into a double. Now to the corner, right through the hands of Champagnie, out of bounds.
I mean, who's that turnover on? Is it on Wembanyama for throwing a high fastball? They're going to give it to Wembanyama.
Good.
His first turnover of the game.
33-24. Wolves get it back down by 9. A whistle and a foul away from the play, and it's against the uber-aggressive Carter Bryant.
This has been a whistle-happy game here. Minnesota has 8 personal fouls called against them. San Antonio has 7, so 15 here early on.
Boy, Carter Bryant just ran right into Naz Reid, who was setting the screen. Now Ant with it up top. Sets up Clark, right side, is being guarded by Wemby. And that's one of the things we saw in game 1, is when Clark's on the floor, they just stick him on. They stick Wemby on Clark, and he can play off him.
Well, he's going to be low man on the floor for sure.
Mike Conley, good pump fake, fires on the 3, missed it well short. An air ball out of bounds.
This is one thing that Minnesota was able to get in game 1 was good production from Mike Conley, who had 12 points in the game, knocked down 4 threes.
With that 4 for 7 performance in game 1, Mike was shooting 58% over his last 11 games going back to the regular season. Fox fires a 3. That is good. We have a foul away from the play on the Spurs. And again, it's Carter Bryant who just can't contain himself out here.
The shot went down and was taken before Carter Bryant shoved Anthony Edwards.
36-24.
Excuse me, he shoved Mike Conley to the floor.
Pretty blatant shove right in the back, too. Conley, Clark, Edwards, Randle, and Reid. San Antonio's definitely picked up the defensive pressure here in game 2. Everything right now in this possession, 10 seconds of it has been from 35 feet out towards midcourt. There's Randle, top of the key, spins, now fades on the jumper. That rolls around, wouldn't fall. Wemby the rebound, quick outlet to Fox. De'Aaron Fox, right side Champagny to a cutting Wemby. Out, touch pass to the corner. Carter Bryant sets it back up top. Here's Fox against Clark. Takes him off the dribble in the paint, stops, kicks to the corner. Here's Wemby, moves to his left. Shot clock to 8. Naz Reid all over him. Wraparound pass. Carter Bryant's got it. Fires on the triple. It was halfway down and popped out. Mike Conley the rebound. Bulls trail by a dozen here, midway through the second quarter. Ant trapped just inside of midcourt, able to find a release valve in Naz Reid, who pulls up on a 3 over Wemby. That one's way offline.
Well, if I'm Chris Finch, I got to get either Ayodasumu or TJ back in the game for Jalen Clark.
You need something. Fox just got fouled shooting a 3. Jalen Clark picks it up. It'll be De'Aaron Fox at the free throw line for 3 shots, trying to put the Spurs up by 15 when we come back. 6:55 left to go in the second quarter. San Antonio getting some separation. They're up 12, 36-24 on the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
Howell Timberwolves.
On an 8-2 run here. They now lead by a dozen, and they've got De'Aaron Fox at the free throw line for 3 shots. De'Aaron Fox's head coach is Mitch Johnson, took over for Greg Popovich in a game last November against the Timberwolves. That was his very first game as interim head coach, became the permanent head coach in the offseason. 4 years at Stanford, played at in Tulsa in the G League at that point, played in Europe for the better part of 3 years, Europe and Tulsa, and then began his coaching career. He talked about game 1. He liked some things, didn't like some other things.
You know, again, we were 10 for 36 from 3. Thought we got some good looks. Thought we were indecisive in the first half. Thought there's a lot of execution things we can clean up. I thought Minnesota did a great job, and so they participated in all those things I just said. And we had 7 guys in double figures still with the shooting from the 3 like that, which some of our guys are more dependent at times with the 3. Victor and De'Aaron were 0 for 12. I got to watch them back, but at the moment I felt like they were all rhythm good shots, and I trust that they'll make shots.
And had they made one more shot at the end of game 1, they would have come away with the win, and it just completely, it's amazing how one shot could just change the narrative completely of this series for both teams.
Certainly is. We were talking about that before the game. How different would we feel had Champagny's shot gone in, or just one more of those Wemby threes?
0 for 8 in game 1, and Wemby is 0 for 1 here tonight. I feel like that one was like a late clock situation where he had to hoist it.
It was unbelievable as De'Aaron Fox missed the first of 3 here. it was unbelievable that neither coach took a timeout end of game situation in the last 2 minutes of that game. Both coaches had 2 timeouts left.
It is so rare. I couldn't even tell you the last time I think that happened in a close game for neither team to use them.
I mean, the Spurs got possession of the basketball end of game with just over 7 seconds to go. So Carter Bryant almost
hits 2 out of 3. He's being an absolute pest out there. He runs to Anthony Edwards here. So the Wolves are down by 14 points, largest deficit of the game. Randall swings the arms through and he draws a foul on Harrison Barnes. So sideline out of bounds for Minnesota. Each team already 4 fouls in the quarter. So Randall with it up top here is guarded by Barnes. Looking to the right side. Can't get it to Edwards. Now off a Rudy screen. Randall will pop on a right side triple, and that glances off the rim. No. Randall gets his own rebound, however, and gets to the cup and scores it for 2. So Julius now with 4 points. 38-26. Carter Bryant. And a secondary break attacks the rack and finishes strong with 2 hands.
Do that.
Ayo with it up top. Dosunmu. Right side cut off, backs it out. Carter Bryant overplaying in and has to come back to midcourt to scoop it up. Now a double to the right corner. Shannon catch and shoot 3. Missed that one. The Wolves are 2 for 13 from distance. Harrison Barnes hit ahead. Here's Devin Vassell up the left wing right in front of head coach Chris Finch. Wemby now with it. He'll take a deep 3. Left angle and drain it.
Bucket. That's where he was shooting from. I was telling you, I was watching him warm up, and he was draining shot after shot from that very spot.
That's close to 30 feet out. Runner by Ayo. That's no good. Wemby affected the shot, snares the rebound. Wolves are down by 17 as Wembanyama has it up top against Rudy Gobert. Fans are on their feet. Wemby with a spin move. The fake back to the right side. Pulls up on the jumper. No. Wolves have the rebound. This crowd was ready to explode.
Wolves got to remember there's no 17-point play.
Here's Julius. Got bumped from behind by Barnes. That's a bad matchup for Harrison Barnes. Has picked up 2 fouls in 3 possessions.
You got 5:18 to go here in the quarter. You've got time to chip away here and make this thing a little more respectable. Wolves are on the borderline right now. I mean, this San Antonio team has been very aggressive defensively. Minnesota has not been able to catch any rhythm offensively. There's been 0. Bones Highland's going to come into the game for Ayo Dosunmu. I mean, Ayo's got to get back on track too. He's not played, and so it's so difficult to come back into playing shape, especially in the playoffs against the San Antonio Spurs, a 62-win team. So he's got to work his way back into the mix as well. Bones going to get a shot here.
I think I said earlier, Ayo missed the last 3 games. He missed the last 2 games. 2 free throws are good for Julius Randle. 43-28, down by 15. Fox, Cornette, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Carter Bryant's out. Dylan Harper's in. Here's Fox off the Cornette screen. Got to the cup but missed the layup. Wolves have the rebound. Here's Ant on the move to a cutting TJ across the lane. Tough fall away. That's an air ball. Cornette's got it. Outlet to Keldon Johnson. Numbers for the Spurs. Johnson will keep it himself by Edwards. Missed the layup. Timberwolves have the rebound. Here's TJ on the move. Now Edwards with it. Up makes the 3. Drives into the paint. Runs it up on Cornette. Missed the shot. Rebound loose in the corner. Scooped up by Rudy Gobert. Now to Julius Randle. Mid-post right side. 10 to shoot. Goes to work on Cornette. Spins. Double clutches. Got the shot to drop.
Bucket.
8 hard-earned points for Julius Randle.
Julius.
Keldon Johnson got a step. Baseline shot. No. But Randle was late in getting back. And he fouls him. Keldon Johnson to the free throw line for 2.
Minnesota's had such tunnel vision in this game, too. I mean, Julius Randle is catching every possession. He is looking to score. He is not looking to throw it out to anybody or pass it to anyone. He is looking to take over this game. He's got the ability to do it, but it doesn't really play into how Minnesota wants to play.
First free throw is good for Keldon Johnson.
Part of that is that the others so far in this matchup have not been able to operate in this game. San Antonio has put a tremendous amount of pressure on Minnesota. Even Anthony Edwards has not been able to get things going as they missed the second free throw, but get the rebound back. Stephon Castle tracks it down.
Castle steps through in the lane, drops it back out. Here's Devin Vassell, runs away from Edwards, floats it up, the shot, no. Bones Highland with a rebound.
They have dodged some bullets here, haven't they? San Antonio's missed some shots they shouldn't.
Down by 14, they go inside to Randall. He's trapped along the baseline with two defenders on him, tries to fire it off Cornette. It stays inbounds, the Spurs have it, they're running, lob to the rim. Harper couldn't finish it off, but the rebound comes out to the corner, Devin Vassell with it. Now Harper against Rudy Gobert, takes him off the dribble, driving in, floats up the reverse, no good. Timberwolves escaping damage once again. Here's Edwards, right side. Just going one-on-one, drives in, up off glass, got it for two.
That was a great change of direction move. Left-hand dribble to the middle of the paint, and then sliding to his right to lay it in.
Keldon Johnson.
They are killing Minnesota after makes.
Easy layup. And with 3:38 left, the Wolves are down by 14 here in the second quarter.
They are getting it back in bounds right away after a Minnesota make and running her right down their throats.
DJ Shannon down the lane. The lob to Rudy. Boy, it looked like he got fouled by Cornette. The ball comes out to the corner. Randall fires a three. He misses that. 0 for 2 from distance. The Wolves 2 for 14 on their threes. Castle nearly threw it away, but it's deflected out to the perimeter. Cornette controls. Castle up top off the Harper screen. Now guarded by Bones Highland. Castle likes the matchup, one-on-one. The crossover into the paint, stop and pop, pull up 8-footer, nothing but net. 50 to 32, check that, 48-32. Wolves are down by 16, Chris Finch calls a timeout. 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Spurs are rocking and rolling here in quarter number 2. They're up 16 on the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Wednesday night, West Side. Minnesota. Let's go, guys. I don't have a dog in this fight, but if I did, I gotta go with San Antonio. I mean, I'm in Texas, right? No, not really. Shut up, okay.
No other games in progress right now, but we go to the Garden where the Knicks and Sixers doing battle in their game 2. Of course, all New York Knicks in game 1 on Monday, an absolute rout, a 39-point victory also at the Garden. So the Sixers hoping to even the series, the Knicks hoping to hold serve and capture a 2-0 lead before the series shifts to Philly coming up on Friday. Well, this one much closer. No team led by more than 7 points. The Sixers actually let it go into the fourth, but New York surged in front for good. A 9-0 burst gave them just enough breathing room to hang on for the victory and take the 2-0 series lead.
108-102, Knicks by 6. Maxey right wing, Brunson's on him, step back, far corner, 3, short. Rebound, Brunson, shot clock is off, he'll race to the front court. Maxey's got him hip to hip. Far corner, Brunson spins away from pressure at the foul line. Now he retreats to midcourt, and the Sixers will not foul. The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in game 2 with a 108-102 victory. The Knicks have taken game 2 and a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
108-102, the final. No Joel Embiid for the Sixers. We should add that. He woke up this morning dealing with soreness in his ankle and hip. I have been there. So the Sixers now down 0-2, but get to host game 3 on Friday. Back to Alan and Jim.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. 3:02 left to go in the first half. They can't come to an end soon enough for Minnesota. 48-32, they're down by 16 points. The numbers have not been pretty offensively. Just 32 points, 30% shooting, 2 of 14 from distance, 4 of 7 at the free throw line, 9 turnovers already in this first half. They're shooting 35% in the paint. They've only taken 9 shots in the restricted area, while San Antonio's got 19 shots at the rim in this first half. And it's not like San Antonio's offense is running away with this thing. They're shooting just 40%, 3 of 10 from distance. Yeah, they're getting the free throw line a bunch, 13 of 16, but they have 6 turnovers too. Their offense is not, like I said, carrying this game. It's the Wolves just can't score against the San Antonio defense.
It's a 16-point game right now. It could be a 26-point game really easily. Minnesota has not caught a rhythm this entire game. We've got 3 minutes to go here. Minnesota has a lineup on the floor that should be able to score.
TJ Shannon, Julius Randle, Bones Highland, Rudy Gobert, and Anthony Edwards. See if the Wolves can trim this down, maybe get this closer to 10 points at the half. Randle pressured, coming up the floor. Now to Highland against Stephon Castle. Edwards, left-handed dribble, shoves off, frees himself, 16-footer, good. Ant has hit his last 2 shots after he went 1 for 7 to start the game. 48-34. But again, that's an offensive possession that had 1 pass and was one-on-one for Anthony Edwards. There's Keldon Johnson on the move in the paint, rises up on Rudy, got the layup. Pretty good to get tasked by Gobert, but Keldon Johnson gets the finish. 6 points, 4 rebounds for Keldon Johnson. San Antonio already with 3 in double figures. Wemby 14, Fox 14, Castle 10. Inside, TJ Shannon runs up a layup. No, he got knocked down. Spurs come back 5 on 4. Pull up 3 for Devin Vassell. That's off the back iron. Slam follow for Dylan Harper. And if he wasn't going to get it, there was another. It was Keldon Johnson right there. Wolves did not get back and get matched up. 52-34, they're down by 18. Edwards, step back on the left side 3. It's online but short. Dylan Harper's got the rebound. Hit ahead to Castle, breakaway layup, and he'll slam it through for 2.
It's hero ball now. Ant just dribbled right into a 3-point shot that was contested. It glanced off the rim and ignited the fast break again, but the full court pressure. San Antonio is a team that's not wanting to go down 0-2.
Here is Highland into the paint, step back 15-footer. That's too strong off the back iron. Wolves are now shooting 29.8% here in the first half. 54-34, 20 points. Spurs lead. Right side, Harper, 3-ball, drops in. The onslaught continues.
Bucket, bro.
57-34 with a minute to go. Edwards left side, working against Castle. Tried to pass to the corner, threw it away. His second turnover. Hit ahead, that's thrown away by Stephon Castle. The Wolves will take it right back.
Spurs media was talking about how Greg Popovich sat in their last video session yesterday. And I'm not sure how much Pop contributed to that video session, but I'm sure he had something to say to Mitch Johnson about what went on in game 1 and how to remedy it.
They look like they had a little talking to from Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know how much he was able to do, but they have come out and played like some of the Spurs teams of yesteryear during their 22-year playoff run. 22 straight seasons. Tied for the longest playoff streak in NBA history. Naz Reid back in the game. Nearly lost it far side. Now to Conley up top. Right side Randle. Into the paint. Spins on Keldon Johnson. Kicks out. Edwards has it. 5 to shoot. Got to make something happen. Here comes the double. He tries to split that. Lost the ball. Turned it over. Here's Vassell on a run to the rim. He'll jam it for 2. 59-34. The Spurs are running away with game 2. They're up 25. They have absolutely dominated this second quarter of play. 15-2 run right now.
And seeing 2 players every time he touches the ball.
Gets off the ball here, now makes a run, gets the feed from Conley and draws a foul.
Keldon Johnson's getting his money's worth when he gets these fouls. He really hard fouled Anthony Edwards that time on his way to the basket. Ant was getting ready to cock it back and make something good happen for his team. Not a lot has gone right here for Minnesota.
Wolves have 35 points in this game. The Spurs have scored 35 in the second quarter. I don't like that ratio. 8.2 seconds left. Ant goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Spurs with it, front court. Here's Devin Vassell across the paint. 2 with 1, fades on an elbow jumper at the buzzer, no good. And mercifully, the half comes to a close. The Wolves are down by 24 points. Spurs lead at 59-35. They shoot 45%, which is not a big number, but the Wolves struggling. Just 29.8% shooting, 2 of 15 from deep, 11 turnovers. Wolves 5 of 9 at the free throw line, have not been able to get anything going. Their lowest scoring first half by far here in the postseason. At the half, Spurs by 24. Cal Soderquist anchors your halftime coverage next, all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
Thank y'all for hanging out with me Wednesday night. Playoff semifinals. West Side. Little bonus audio from the East Side. Man, Philly down 0-2. Minnesota looking like they about to go down. No, excuse me. San Antonio looking like they trying to tie it up 1-1 and not go down 0-2. Nonetheless, get some grub, have a beverage, have a smoke. Do it responsibly. See you in about 12 minutes. I don't know. Potoi, halftime. Appreciate you.
Spins on Keldon Johnson, kicks out. Edwards has it, 5 to shoot. Got to make something happen. Here comes the double. He tries to split that, lost the ball, turned it over. Here's Vassell on a run to the rim. He'll jam it for 2. 59-34. The Spurs are running away with game 2. They're up 25. They have absolutely dominated this second quarter of play. 15-2 run right now.
And that was essentially the exclamation point on that 15-2 run. The Timberwolves did tack on a single single free throw, but almost more insult to the injury as the Wolves went just 1 of 2 at the free throw line when adding that final point in the final 10 seconds. It's a 59-35 deficit at the half. Timberwolves down 24. Things unraveled quickly in that second quarter for Minnesota. We'll dive deeper into some of the stats and help tell the tale of why the Wolves find themselves down such a large deficit after 24 minutes of action in this Game 2 in San Antonio. Welcome inside the Halftime Show. I'm Cal Soderquist inside our NBA Tonight studios in the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Like we said, we'll dive deeper into that first half box score in just a moment. We'll get to a few more of the first half highlights. Going to have to look long and hard to find the highlights for the Timberwolves as they struggled mightily on the offensive end, failing to hit the 30% threshold in terms of field goal shooting, just a 29.8% clip. The Wolves also struggled from distance, 2 of 15 from deep, and that despite the Spurs not lighting it up from long range. So lots of ground to make up for Minnesota. The good news, still a half left to do it, and certainly still with that 1-0 series lead in their back pocket. We'll also quickly catch you up on the other game that took place earlier this evening at the world's most famous arena, and then we'll get set for the third quarter as Alan Horton and Jim Peterson chat with an assistant coach. Let's get to those highlights, though. After stealing Monday's Game 1 with a gritty and resilient effort, spurred by the return of their superstar, tonight the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards were hoping to get greedy and capture a 2-0 lead in this series, while the Spurs, meanwhile, knew the numbers did not favor teams down 0-2, especially if they lose those first two games on their home floor. So that sets the stage for this one. You expected the Spurs to come out desperate, and at least early on, like we saw in Game 1, points coming at a premium. Both defenses ruling the day. Early on, both teams just trading punches, feeling each other out.
Fox with that left hand on the dribble, gets by Jaden, runs into Rudy, lobs it back out. Champagny lost it. Mike Conley's got the steal. Up ahead, Shannon, one thing, going to the rim, layup good. He muscled Castle out of the way and scored it for 2. Timberwolves are up by 1. There's Fox quickly into the paint, floats it up and in over Rudy Gobert.
Fox has been activated, hasn't he? Yep. He is looking super aggressive in this game, way more than in Game 1.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox struggling mightily in Game 1, 5 of 14 from the field, 10.6 turnovers, much more efficient in the first half here tonight. We'll get to some more of those numbers later in the halftime show. Timberwolves, they struggled mightily in that first quarter. 6 turnovers when Anthony Edwards, coming off the bench for the second straight game, when he checked in, he missed 5 of his first field goal attempts in that first quarter. Timberwolves as a team shot just 29% in that first frame, and things went from bad to worse. Naz Reid did hit a floater to put the Wolves up 14-13 with 4.5 left, so that score helps tell you how much both offenses struggled, but then the Spurs found a rhythm and able to finish the first frame strong.
Here's Fox off the Cornet screen, snakes his way to the elbow, now the mid-post on the left side. He's got Rudy on him, pulls him out to the perimeter, steps back on the 3, halfway down, popped out, and then popped back in. Fox hits the 3, Spurs by 7, 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Naz Reid off to Ayo Dosunmu on the right side, steps through baseline, shot blocked out of bounds by Keldon Johnson. He's all hyped up, he runs into the crowd.
That was the exclamation point on that first frame for the Spurs. They finished that quarter on an 11-3 burst, a 24-17 lead after those opening 12 minutes. The Timberwolves offense going ice cold in that first frame, missing 15 of their final 17 field goal attempts. We get into the second quarter, 2 quick personal fouls for Jaden McDaniels in the first 2.5 minutes of that second period. He had 3 on the game, 1 in the first quarter, so he had to sit for the rest of the first half. That, of course, spelled trouble for Minnesota and their defense. We then saw the Spurs boost their lead as large as 11 early in that second quarter. It got worse before it got better.
Wemby now with it. He'll take a deep 3, left angle, and drain it.
And that's where he was shooting from. I was telling you, I was watching him warm up, and he was draining shot after shot from that very spot.
That's close to 30 feet out. Runner by Ayo. That's no good. Wemby affected the shot, snares the rebound. Wolves are down by 17.
Practice making perfect for Victor Wembanyama as he got back on track after going 0 from the three-point line in Game 1. He knocks down the deep triple there, then makes an impact on the other end of the floor. You heard the highlight, up 17 at that point, and San Antonio just kept their foot on the gas pedal to close out that first quarter. The lead was as large as 25, and a single Anthony Edwards free throw prevented it from being a 25-point cushion at the half. 59-35, Timberwolves down 24. They struggled offensively, shot sub 30% from the field, just 2 of 15 from deep. Turnovers made the problems worse. 11 turnovers in the first half for the Timberwolves. Luckily, the Spurs had a hard time converting those turnovers into points, but the Wolves well on their way to exceeding their 13 turnovers in all of Game 1. The 35 first-half points you might expect. A new lowest scoring half for the Timberwolves in this postseason. They struggled inside as well, shooting just 8 of 24 in the painted area. That's a 33% clip. Wolves got outscored in the paint 34-16. We mentioned the turnovers. We mentioned briefly the increased offensive output from both Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox. Those two tonight have already exceeded their production in all of Game 1. They combined for 28 points. They shot an efficient 10 of 18 from the field, 3 of 4 from distance. This after they combined to shoot just 10 of 31 from the field in Game 1, missing all 12 of their three-point attempts. So that spells trouble for Minnesota's defense, unable to limit the two main cogs in San Antonio's offense. Basically, the Wolves are likely just happy to have the halftime intermission at this point, and we'll hope to jumpstart things in the upcoming second half. Julius Randle did what he could. 8 points, his 8 points, along with Ant's 8 points, leading the way for Minnesota, but those two combined to shoot just 6 of 17 from the field. We'll give Naz Reid, our honorary hot player of the half. He had 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from distance, so had basically half of Minnesota's production from the three-point line. Hot player of the half brought to you, as always, by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Visit them online at standardheating.com. Wolves down 24, still with 24 minutes left to summon up a rally. Otherwise, we're going to be headed back to Minneapolis with this series all knotted at a game apiece. When we come back, we'll tell you about action earlier this evening across the association here on the Timberwolves Radio Network. Timberwolves down 24 after a dreadful first 24 minutes in the Alamo City. Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, they get back on track. An efficient combined 28 points on 10 of 17 shooting for the two stars on offense for the Spurs, and the Wolves the Wolves offense struggled mightily. A new lowest scoring half of the postseason, just 35 points. They shot sub 30%, 2 of 15 from deep, and how about 11 turnovers to go along with that. So the good news, they can hit the reset button at the intermission and see what clicks in the upcoming third quarter. Let's pause 10 quick seconds, allow our stations across our network to identify themselves here on your home for Timberwolves basketball.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Almost back from halftime. I wish they'd hurry up. Hey, Minnesota need to come with it. They don't get run out of the gym. I don't care either way. They just won a good ball
Wolves
game.
down 59-35
Back to the
at
background.
intermission. They trailed by just 7 after 1, but the Spurs found their footing in that second quarter. Wolves have struggled in the paint. Just
I'll tell you what I do need.
In the painted area.
I need Wembanyama
4-16 there, and
to go crazy in the second half.
Anywhere on the
it
offense.
Costs way too much for fantasy
button in the third quarter.
DraftKings.
We'll take a quick
But I got him anyway.
We'll hear from assistant coach Pablo
I need a lot more.
on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Wolves fans.
I need a lot more. Shut up. All right. Potoi, I still need more, Wemby. Trying to win some money, bro.
Has it been so hard for the offense to find a rhythm? Not that they were in a great rhythm in game one, but boy, this has been a steep drop-off. How much has that San Antonio defense caused that?
Well, I think they're way more physical, and we wasn't ready. I mean, we wasn't ready to face that physicality. We play too short. We playing slow. We don't move. We don't cut. So we got to pick up everything: our pace, our physicality. You know, we got to go somewhere. We got to beat the pressure, go somewhere, make a good play.
Hey, Pablo, how much does Jaden getting into foul trouble early in games disrupt the flow of what's going on out there on both ends of the floor?
I mean, a lot. And, you know, we also slow feet getting back, so a couple possessions that Jaden got in foul trouble because, you know, we didn't sprint back, and he found himself in a one-on-one situation, trying to make a good defensive play, but ended up fouling.
Pablo, why do you think Ant did such a good job in game one of letting the game come to him? And tonight, I think on his first touch, he ended up shooting it. He shot a lot of shots. There was no ball movement. Why do you think he gets caught in that kind of rhythm?
I don't know, to be honest, but that's one of the problems too, our shot selection. You know, we are taking too many tough shots, not only and everybody. So we got to do a better job with our spacing, with our movement, you know, get into our action, move the ball side to side, get downhill, found the open guy.
Pablo, appreciate the visit. Good luck second half.
Good luck, thank you, guys.
Pablo Prigioni along with us here with the Wolves down 59-35 at the break. Timberwolves basketball tonight in game 2, brought to you in part by Sezzle. A 4-point play in the NBA, that's hard, but splitting your next Wolves purchase into 4 interest-free installments with Sezzle, that is easy. Download the Sezzle app today. Terms and conditions apply. Sezzle, the official jersey patch sponsor of your favorite basketball team. 35 points in the first half is tied for the 4th lowest output in any half in any postseason game in Timberwolves franchise history. Their 29.8% shooting, Jim, in that first half is the lowest field goal percentage for any half in Timberwolves postseason franchise history. And the 2 for 15 3-point shooting is tied for the 3rd worst performance in a half in Timberwolves franchise history. So all in all, not a great first half of play. The Wolves do have 24 minutes left, and they need to make up a point about a minute because they're down 24 points.
Yeah, it's a tall task. And this is the kind of game that you miss Dante DiVincenzo because he's got quick strike ability.
Yeah.
And what he does is what Minnesota needs is they need floor spacers. People that when you're putting 2 in the ball against Anthony Edwards, there are people on the perimeter that are confident and able to hit long 3-point shots.
Timberwolves have the ball to begin the 3rd quarter. Right to left across your radio. They'll start the 3rd the way they started the 1st. With Mike Conley, TJ Shannon, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. TJ Shannon, catch and shoot 3 straight away. That rims off the back iron. Spurs have the rebound. 2 for 16 from beyond the arc tonight. The Wolves cannot get anything going from deep. Wemby takes a wild shot over Jaden McDaniels. Right in the lane. Now TJ on the push to Mike right side. Up fakes the 3, dribbles into the paint, kicks out to McDaniels. Jaden against Castle into the paint, terminates the dribble, rises up, jumper rolls off. Wemby's got another rebound.
So they are closing down those driving lanes quickly when Terrence Shannon gets the basketball.
There's Fox around Conley into the paint, met by Shannon, kicks out to Castle, left angle 3. That's long. Randall's got the rebound. Julius grab and go up the left wing side. Timberwolves down 59-35. Randall the runner down the lane, no. And a whistle and an offensive foul.
On Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, the highway screen.
Yeah, clearing out space for Julius Randle to get into the paint.
Just paving the way.
Like a bulldozer, but a little too much physicality. Illegal screen is what it ended up being. It's one thing when you go to post up, but when you're just setting that highway screen, or a Gortat screen is what they call it too, it's just a difficult thing to do, execute well.
Reach-in foul on Gobert against Wemby at the elbow before he went into a shooting motion. Sideline out of bounds. Marcin Gortat.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of that, mention because we talked about it in
You
game
mention it all the time.
I talk about the highway screen a lot. We call it highway because I just don't want to give Marcin Gortat all the credit for the highway screen.
Here's Castle. What a spin move and a finish in traffic off the inbound. He split Randall and Gobert and laid it up and in for 2. Randall, spin move back the other way. Got to the cup, missed the shot. Good pressure by Wemby. Randall is down. It's 5-on-4 back the other way. Spurs hunting for the open man. Castle left side. In the corner, Devin Vassell. Could not hit the 3. Boy, Wemby got that rebound. Gobert boxed him out, but Wemby went for the ball, and Rudy was flat-footed there. Wemby controls left side of the floor. Right-handed dribble, goes to work in the paint, will up fake, bounce pass baseline. Champagny got it blocked, got it back, kicks to the corner, and Devin Vassell almost tossed it up as soon as he touched it because the shot clock was about to expire.
It's a no-dip 3 right there. I mean, it was laid up under the shot pocket above his head, and he didn't even bring it down a second. Let it fly right away, and Julius Randle's going to get fouled here by Stephon Castle, he's saying that he didn't foul. He wants a review.
Wolves should get over and get ready to inbound here. Castle's at the other end of the floor.
Nobody's moving that quickly
No,
to
but
challenge this call, but they are going to challenge. Mitch Johnson signaling for a timeout.
So Mitch Johnson calls a timeout with 9:48 left to go in the third quarter, and our first challenge of the night. Ooh, that's exciting. We'll give you the results of the challenge when we come back on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network. Well, the news goes from bad to worse, and I don't mean the Wolves losing the challenge. Ayo Dosunmu questionable to return, which means there's no chance he's playing in the rest of this game when you're down by 29 points. Right heel pain. So Ayo, who's been bothered by the right calf, now right heel. In your expert medical opinion and all your years of training.
Is this one of these foot bones connected to the
yeah,
ankle
is that
bone?
Connected?
Absolutely. It's all affected.
Probably a symptom of it.
Absolutely it is.
It's
Absolutely.
all in that chain, you know, and so I don't know. I'm not a trainer, but I'm just guessing that it's probably related.
Wolves had this at a 7-point game going into the second quarter. Since then, they've been outscored 40 to 18.
Feels like it too.
It does. It does. Feels right. Feels right. Backs up the eye test.
This place has been completely different in terms of atmosphere. It's way louder in here.
Yeah.
It is way more raucous. It was the Fiesta shirts that sort of quieted the crowd. It was too.
Yeah, it was kind of
muted.
Yeah, it was just sort of a mellow, happy, good time.
This is like a Raiders fan. Fans in here. This is all the black and silver.
Randall rips it away from Castle. Up ahead, TJ Shannon to the rim. He'll throw it down with two hands. A rare, easy bucket for the Wolves. Their first 2 points of the second half. They come with 9.5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Minnesota still doesn't have a double-figure score in this game.
No. They got Randall with 8. They've got Edwards with 8. Wemby with it. Got a little bit of a runway. Dribbles into a 3. It's online, but short. TJ Shannon snares the rebound. TJ up the left wing. Here's Julius Randle with 9 minutes to go in the third. The Wolves down 64-37. Mike tosses in a left side 3. Mike had missed his only 2 3-point attempts in the first half. There's Victor Wembanyama. His third NBA season. He'll pull up on a three straight away. That's short, and that is an air ball. Wemby was 0 for 8. Took 8 3-point attempts in game one. Missed them all. He's 1 for 4 tonight. The last couple of possessions, he's kind of settled for threes. There's McDaniels on the move. Off the Gobert screen into the paint against Vassell. Spins on him to the elbow. Now Randall with it from the three-point line. Drives to the free throw line. Throws up the shot. It drops in over the front rim. And he'll go to the free throw line for an and one.
Bucket. Julius Randle.
64-42.
They need something to happen.
With 8
I don't know that it's going to happen, though. Come on, Wemby.
Julius did a good job of putting the ball on the deck and getting to the body of Stephon Castle. And then finally got a bounce because that thing was a little bit short, but it caught just enough the inside of the front of the rim that it went in.
Speaking of the rim, the Wolves were outscored 26-10 at the rim in the first half. I mean, that's almost getting tripled up.
It could have been way worse than that, too, because they missed a bunch of layups.
Randall misses the and one free throw, but Jaden McDaniels cleans it up. He's now got 8 points. Randall, there's your first double-digit score, wearing the Shadow Grays. De'Aaron Fox off the Wemby screen, rejects that, goes into the paint, floats it up and hits it. Fox, 16 points now. Boy, he's been a different looking player in game 2 than game 1. Randall, baseline. Back to Rudy, rolls inside, flips up the shot. No, they got the foul on Wembanyama. Wemby picks up his first, and Rudy will go to the stripe for 2.
Do you happen to know what the record is for Minnesota wearing these uniforms? I thought you might have that someplace in the Allen Horton archives. It's got to be in the game notes somewhere.
In the playoffs, I put too much on my sheet today, so I pushed the lineup stuff all the way off.
We're 0-1 in the playoffs. I feel like the season numbers have been good for these gray uniforms.
Yeah, 0-1 in the postseason, but I do not have the regular season number. So 6-1 in the regular season. Didn't wear them much.
Yeah, well, right though, 6-1. That's pretty good.
That's excellent. Well, I said earlier that Timberwolves basketball is sponsored by Sezzle. A 4-point play in the NBA is hard. Mike Conley just fouled Devin Vassell in the act of hitting a 3. And now he's got a chance for a 4-point play.
So that deficit that Minnesota cut into a little bit has now been pumped back up. Devin Vassell has a chance to get it back to 25.
Largest deficit has been 29. I've never understood the chant by the PA announcer. So Devin Vassell at the line for 1, and then everybody goes 1 shot.
Yeah, 1 shot. Yes,
but it's not like he's leading them into the answer. He's giving away the answer to the test before.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time here.
I know. I think that's a little weird. And it's not because I'm jealous of it. I don't.
It's sort of redundant, is what you're
saying?
saying?
Yes, it's redundant, exactly. Jaden runs it up in the lane, gets it to drop, and he drew a foul. 70-47.
How do you get a thing like that started? You know, shooting two shots. I mean, is the Coyote maybe starting that somehow? I mean, it's ingrained now.
I don't credit that Coyote for anything. His ability to catch a bat is quite impressive. Jaden did not get fouled in the act. He got the shot. Rudy got fouled. And the free throw was no good. Rudy's 3 of 7 at the stripe. Back the other way. Wembanyama fouled. He'll be at the free throw line for 2 shots here. For 2 shots. It's repetitive,
Like
and I think it's third grade level.
animals.
I think it's like elementary stuff. Like,
yeah. Well, it's fan engagement. You should have seen them out in the hallway when I was coming in. They were really going nuts with the Go Spurs Go out in the hallway. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, feeding off each other.
No, that's a tradition that goes way, way back as well. Go Spurs Go.
Sure. I respect that. I don't have a problem with that one.
It's a far cry from what they do in Europe, the way they sing the songs in the stands and light flares up in this crowd. And like, we don't have any flare lighting in our.
We don't. Thank goodness. I don't know that you and I would be still. Imagine inhaling flares for 20 years in a closed arena. Our eyes would be all watery all the time. Irritation. Anthony Edwards is into the game. He's got it with the Wolves down by 25 here. McDaniels runs down the lane, challenges Wemby, got a shot block. Jaden gets the ball back. Terminates the dribble, now out to Naz Reid. 5 to shoot against Devin Vassell. Naz spins into the paint, runs up the jump hook with the right hand, no good. Rebound collected by TJ Shannon with the hustle. Now McDaniels with it, takes a run, bumped by Harper. Out to Ant, up fakes the 3. Pulls up on a 14-footer off glass and sticks it. 4 of 11 shooting for Anthony Edwards. He was 1 for 7 to start. He's 3 for 4 since. He's got 10 points. There's Castle on the move into the paint, and Jaden just trying to back out of the way. Still somehow commits a foul, and the shot went in. And Jim, we had the unique perspective of being on the same line as Castle was driving. And Castle's driving to his left. Jaden's backing away. The rim's still to the right and getting further away for Castle. It was a very awkward play.
He was angling Jaden off.
Yep.
He was trying to create space to be able to finish at the rim. He wanted to get the shot blocker. Jaden's so long, and he was trying to keep him in jail behind him. And in the process, for some reason, they called a foul on Jaden McDaniels, but the finish by Castle was tremendous.
4 fouls on Jaden McDaniels. He's had 4 or more in 5 consecutive games. You know, for as great as he played defensively in that Denver series, those first 3 games, he was able to do that without getting into foul difficulty.
100%.
Castle hits the free throw, so he caps off the 3-point play. 75-49. Wolves are down by 26 here, midway through the 3rd quarter. TJ Shannon, Julius Randle, Naz Reid, Anthony Edwards, and Bones Highland on the floor. Crossover, TJ right to the cup, layup good. Wemby was out on the perimeter, and once TJ broke through that perimeter defense, there's no Wemby at the rim. Naz pokes the ball free from Dylan Harper, but Harper recovers. Regains control now, Keldon Johnson. Johnson with a white headband on, puts it in the right hand, dribbles hard on Naz into the paint, runs it up, shot no, gets his own miss, put back, missed that too. Naz with the rebound, Keldon Johnson also with it, and Naz wraps him up from behind. Looked like a moment that Naz was going to just suplex. He had Keldon Johnson behind. Looked like he was going to pick him up and just toss him down to the ground. The cooler heads prevailed. Smart move by Naz not to do that.
They called the jump ball.
They did. And that's become a thing now, I feel like, in the NBA, where if there's a tie-up, it's now a battle of pride to see who can hang on to the ball the longest and come away with it.
New Cornet in the game for Wemby. Naz trying to find someone to tip it to. He has 2 together behind him towards the Spurs basket, Edwards and Randle.
Dangerous place to tap it. Tapped around and finally controlled by the Spurs. Now Bones and Castle have to be separated. They were shoving off the jump ball. Here comes all the security personnel. The Spurs in their white tops, the Wolves security in their black tops.
Everybody's in black sweaters and black pants. I mean, like both coaching staffs.
Yeah, but the Spurs security's got the white tops, which is...
Oh, there you go. They're distinctive for sure. We had that dust up last year with the Pistons when it spilled into the crowd on the baseline of the Timberwolves bench end, and both coaching staffs had the same colors on. And you had Pablo Prigioni fighting with J.B. Bickerstaff, and it was just a free-for-all. Chris Finch is so mad at Scott Foster right now.
Now the referees get both teams toward their benches. Here is Scott Foster.
Following the call on the floor, we're checking to see if there is a possible hostile act.
We got to pay attention when Scott Foster does a announcement. It's just talking very quickly. So they're going to check and see if there's anything in this Bones Highland and Stefan Castle dust-up.
Are we going to get a replay from the people that are broadcasting the game? I mean, like,
it's up there.
Yeah, Stefan Castle shoves Bones Highland. Bones Highland shoves him back, but Stefan Castle is the one that started it. They both kind of engage, and then Castle pushes Bones Highland, grabs him by the jersey, and just shoves him up in the head and neck area, and then Bones retaliates.
Yeah.
So it should just be a double technical foul and move on. Let's keep playing. Just call the double tech and let's go.
I like your thinking. But this has not been the Wolves' night, and
well,
I don't know if you can. Yeah,
Stefan Castle's the one that he made that whole thing happen. So
he did.
We've seen Bones Highland, though. He has a tendency. He does not back down from anybody.
He does not. When he comes on the floor, it's like he changes his personality. He's one of those guys.
Really
like
does.
He doesn't back
got
down
a little
from
Jaden
anyone.
McDaniels in him.
He's got chippiness in him.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter if it's a 6'10" center. He's going to go. He's going to push and shove, and he's going to stick up for himself.
Well, we saw him get into it a little bit with Jonas Valanciunas.
That's what I was thinking of. There you go. Nice.
You were saying 6'10". Go bigger than that, though, because
yeah.
Valanciunas is a little bigger than that.
He's wide, too. May have just played his only season in Denver. He may get his wish of going to play overseas.
Yeah.
Headsets are still on. Let's take a long look at this.
This is letting me think that maybe there's going to be something more serious here that they're going to rule with.
Well, it's away from the play. Now, if they wanted to give Bones something else, would they just give him a technical and nothing to Castle? That would seem unfair. I think you've got to at least start with double technicals.
Yes.
But you can't give someone two technicals.
I just think this is a classic. Both guys are at fault here.
So they're jostling even before the tip. And they're trying to discard each other, and Bones does get discarded. You're right. He's about 5 feet away, and then he goes out and shoves Castle.
Is it a punch? Is what Bones did considered a punch?
After review, loose ball foul on Castle, followed by a technical foul on Highland. The Spurs will shoot one. It'll be a possession. Minnesota ball.
Okay, it's a little more egregious than I thought.
They do give the advantage to San Antonio because they get the free throw out of it.
Minnesota gets the possession because it was a loose ball foul. Had Bones Highland not retaliated like that, it would have just been a loose ball foul on Stefan Castle, and that would have been that.
I hadn't actually realized that they called the foul initially.
Exactly.
75-51, the Spurs up by 24 points here in game 2. We're midway through the third quarter. Devin Vassell will take the technical foul.
San Antonio Spurs have a lot of institutional knowledge of the Minnesota Timberwolves, by the way, because I mean, obviously with Corliss Williamson, that's a lot of knowledge, recent knowledge.
Yeah,
of
recent knowledge, the last 2 seasons.
And then Sean Sweeney, St. Paul's own Sean Sweeney, who's bounced around the league with the Bucks and with the Dallas Mavericks, and now here with the San Antonio Spurs. He's played against Minnesota a lot and is a great defensive coach. He's going to be a head coach soon.
Yeah, and he always keeps up to date on what's going on with the Wolves. Got a lot of connections back in his hometown.
So TJ's takes a drive here into the painted area and gets fouled. Crashes to the ground. Devin Vassell fouls him.
So TJ will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. The free throw was hit, by the way, by Vassell. So it's a 25-point Spurs lead. They've been up by as many as 29. Castle is off the floor right now. Bones remains out there. First free throw good for TJ Shannon. Second free throw is good. 76-53. Spurs bring it up left to right. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Now to Luke Cornett. The backup behind Victor Wembanyama. Keldon Johnson inside, working on Nasri. Pivots to the right hand, goes up for the shot. No, but a whistle and a foul. 2 free throws coming up for Keldon Johnson. A little frustration from Anthony Edwards as he throws his arms up into the air. You know, when things kind of escalate, you know, the officials tend to try to regain control. I get the feeling we might see a lot of whistles here over the next couple of minutes to try to calm things down.
Both teams have been called for 16 personal fouls in this game.
Keldon Johnson hits the free throw. Keldon Johnson was a 29th overall pick in the first round back in 2019. He was, you go all the way back to the Kawhi Leonard trade from San Antonio to Toronto that sent Leonard and Danny Green north of the border. Toronto sent back DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a future #1 pick that turned into Keldon Johnson.
Worked out pretty good. Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year. He's such a tough player, too. He's been very good against Minnesota over the years.
He has. Here's Randall inside. Bullies up on Cornett. Got blocked.
It's a jump ball.
A jump ball is called.
It had to be something because it was either a travel, a jump ball, or, I mean, the pass was going to be allowed to be thrown out by Randall, but they blew the whistle. And Luke Cornett is going to jump ball against Julius Randall here.
I like when there's a tie to an old-time trade, like with Jamal Murray and the Nuggets.
Yeah.
He was a result of the Carmelo Anthony Denver to New York trade from what's probably over a decade ago now.
Well, he should have been
longer than that.
He should have been a Timberwolves draft pick, but that's beside the point.
Let's not go down that road. Jump ball won by the Spurs. Here's Keldon Johnson. Heard us talking about him. He drives in, draws a foul. He'll shoot 2.
TJ can't believe it. He thought he was in legal guarding position. And that's going to be his 4th foul. So we're going to see Kyle Anderson. I mean, this Minnesota's down bodies because of foul trouble right now. Jade McDaniels has 4. TJ has 4.
Free throw good for Keldon Johnson. Here is Kyle Anderson making his first appearance in the series. So he has not played the last 2 games. He missed game 6 against Denver with an illness. And then did not play in game 1. TJ out, Kyle Anderson in. And if you're joining us late, Ayo Dosunmu out with a heel injury. They list him as questionable to return, but with the score as lopsided as it is, I find it hard to believe that there would be any scenario under which Ayo would come back. Scott Foster calls a foul coming up the floor. I think you got De'Aaron Fox. Nope, Keldon Johnson picks it up. Randall's at the free throw line. Spurs are 21 of 25 at the free throw line. Minnesota 8 of 15. Spurs are the 12th best team at the free throw line this season. Wolves ranked 29th. Randall hits that one. He's up to 12 points. We got spoiled last year. The Wolves were the 10th best free throw shooting team in the league, 79%.
Yeah, how do you go from that to where they are at right now?
Yeah, tough to explain. Right side, Champagny a 3, touches every part of the rim and drops in. 82-55. Here's Edwards off the Anderson screen. Left-handed dribble, looking to attack, gets inside, shot spiked out of bounds by Julian Champagny. 15 to shoot for Minnesota. They'll inbound along the baseline. Lob to Randall at the free throw line. Here comes the double. Fox from behind just stripped him. He controls it in the front court, tiptoeing the sideline. Gets into the paint, drops it back out. Champagny the 3, drains it. Timeout, Chris Finch.
bucket, Champagne. Back-to-back threes. I needed that with Wemby. Commercial break. Appreciate y'all.
Here in Game 2 on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
Quickly looking ahead to the doubleheader tomorrow, Game 2s between both the Pistons and Cavs. That's the 1-4 matchup in the East. And then the top-seeded Thunder hosting the 4th-seeded Lakers. Game 2 as well in the West. That one tips at 8:30. Pistons-Cavs just after 6 o'clock. The final from earlier this evening featured the New York Knicks hanging on for a 108-102 victory over the Sixers. A much tougher fight and effort from the Sixers after they lost by 39 in Game 1, but they come up short all the same. So it's now a 2-0 deficit for Philly, a 2-0 lead in the series for Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks. They pulled away in the final frame. Here's Kat.
I mean, we just found a way to execute, you know, and we got the stops that was needed, got the rebounds. I think that was something that was really hurting us with our offensive rebounding. And we found a way to get the stops and end those possessions. And on offense, I mean, huge shout out to Kale, to Jalen, making the big shots and giving us a lead like that. But our defense was something special.
Yeah, Cat was one of 3 New York Knickerbockers with 20 or more. How about 20 points, 10 boards, 7 dimes? He and the Knicks now 2 wins away from a return trip to the conference finals. Why don't we return to the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio? Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
Cal, thank you very much. 85-55, Spurs running away with Game 2 with 4:14 left to go in the third quarter. San Antonio's being paced by their point guard, Stephon Castle. Depending on if you think Fox is the point guard or Castle is the point guard, they both handle a lot. But here's what Stephon Castle had to say about the Wolves' defense in Game 1.
I mean, they try and disrupt a lot of actions. I feel like they push every catch out. I mean, they pressure full court with all their guards. So I think they just try and make things tough on us until we try and get into our actions. But, I mean, that can't stop us from being us. So, I mean, we looked at angles on screening and you know, just stuff like that, and I think we'll be better.
Well, the way the Wolves played defense in Game 1, the Spurs used that blueprint, and I think they even dialed it up a little bit more. They've been suffocating the Wolves' offense here in Game 2. They've held Minnesota to 55 points, 34% shooting, 3 of 17 from deep, and they've turned Minnesota over 14 times. Here comes Bones Highland leading the Wolves' offense into the front court, right to left. Ant rejects a Rudy screen, working against Dylan Harper, runs into Cornette, mid-post right side. Throws it back up top and throws it into the backcourt. That ball was not deflected. That'll be turnover number 15. Four Wolves players are all, saying the ball was tipped using that motion. And the officials are just moving to midcourt. They do not want to see it. 30-point San Antonio lead. They will inbound. Keldon Johnson to Dylan Harper. Number 2 pick in the draft out of Rutgers. Harper and Ace Bailey on that Rutgers team together only managed to go 15-17 with the Scarlet Knights. No NCAA tournament. Hasn't the NCAA tournament moved to like 147 teams? How do they not make a...
What is it now? Is it 70-some now? Is it they
Could
just
not tell you.
some ridiculous number?
Bones Highland long on a wing 3. Spurs have the rebound. 3:25 to play. Champagny, a 3-ball right side. He missed from that exact same spot to end game one. He drains this one.
That was a catch and shoot. He had to dribble, escape
That's
dribble
true.
on the shot that he
But
took
the
at the end
spot.
of the game.
I'm talking about
It was the same spot.
Kyle Anderson, floater in the lane, that rims off. Keldon Johnson, the rebound. Champagny gets his 3 block. Cornette set the screen. I think Nas just blew that up, and they called Nas on the foul.
The NCAA tournament was expanded to 76 teams.
Jeez.
I mean, that's a ridiculous number.
Well, there's an event coming up this summer called the World Cup, which has expanded to, that has jumped to like 48
It's
clubs.
It's a lot of teams. Yes.
Maybe they jumped to 36, and then the next one is 40. It's a lot of teams that you might not want to see play each other.
Are you saying there's going to be empty stadiums at some of these games, or?
Well, the way the pricing is gone, I can almost guarantee that. But what makes the World Cup so special is it's the best against the best. It's
right.
Countries you don't get to see match up, but
it's been watered down.
There's going to be a lot of group stage games that just probably don't have a lot of interest outside of those two countries. 90 to 55. Ant threw it away. Kyle Anderson wasn't ready for it, but Kyle makes up for it, knocks it away from Victor Wembanyama, who kicks it out of bounds. And the Wolves will get the ball back. $90 to 55. Bones, Kyle Anderson, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards on the floor. Naz catches it on the run at the three-point line. Pulls Cornette out to the perimeter. Fires on the 3 and strokes it. So Naz Reid knocks down the triple. He's got 8 points, 6 rebounds. San Antonio going with some rare Wemby and Cornette minutes together.
Yeah, yes.
Harper pivots in the paint. Size to kick out. Fox 10 to shoot. Off the Wemby screen. Back out to Wembanyama. He'll move to his right. Pull up off the dribble. Missed it short. Rudy's got the rebound.
It's important for Minnesota to catch a rhythm here in the last 2 minutes of this game and then the final quarter as well, going into game 3.
Ant gives it up to Kyle, right back to Ant, and Scott Foster says Kyle Anderson, illegal screen.
Has there been any point in this game where Minnesota went on a run and caught a rhythm where you're going, okay, was there maybe one flurry where they scored 6 points in a row, 8 points in a row?
No, I don't think so.
There's just not been that all game long, which speaks volumes to how this game has gone. They're going to call an offensive foul here.
Dylan Harper bringing it up, and Bones Highland was putting pressure on him. So we've had a rash of turnovers here. The Wolves now up to 17 turnovers. Spurs are at 11. .201 left to go in the third quarter. Ant with a dangerous inbound again. Bones does have it, now drives in the paint. Out to Kyle Anderson in the corner, lines up the 3, it's short.
Bones
and a loose ball foul inside against San Antonio.
Did Bones not have a layup?
He had the shot right at the, all the bigs were out of the perimeter. There was nobody there.
He literally threw a layup away to get it to Kyle Anderson in the corner.
Who is not the most prolific of three-point shooters.
He's not a willing
That's not
three-point shooter.
That's not what his strength is. Rudy back irons the free throw. Missed them both. Rudy is shooting 39% in the postseason at the free throw line, 12 for 31. Victor Wembanyama, catch and shoot opportunity, rattles that one in. 93-58.
Good decision by Wemby that time. They're running stack action again, trying to screen Rudy Gobert. He was backing up to get through the screen. Wemby just popped for the 3.
Bones misses the pull-up along the baseline. Wemby the rebound. They hit ahead to Champagny. He'll stop and pop. Left angle 3. Got it.
He is feeling it.
Spurs
Bucket, bro.
rhythm right now.
Bucket.
96-58. 1:16 left to go in the third. Bones pressured, lost it in the backcourt. It's out of bounds. San Antonio ball. Inbound Wemby. He's got it up top. The Go Spurs Go chant in full effect. Wemby spins away from Bones. Pops on a three. It's off the back iron. No. Rebound finally squeezed by Anthony Edwards. Down by 38 points. Edwards baseline, runs it up with the right hand. It drops in for two. A dozen off the bench for Anthony Edwards.
I would expect Anthony Edwards to be inserted into the starting lineup next ball game at home, wouldn't you?
Yes. Fox a drive, back out to Wembanyama. 35 feet out, Bones is on him. Wemby tries to shake him. On a drive, runs into Nas, and he gets wrapped up and discarded by Nas Reed. Foul called. Wemby free throws coming up. Fans playoff hunt is heating up. You don't want to miss it. Secure your seats for postseason action right now. Go to Timberwolves.com/playoffs. That's Timberwolves.com/playoffs. Be interesting to see what Chris Finch decides to do in the fourth quarter. On one hand, the game is well out of reach, but there's still 12 minutes to play, and you'd like to try to develop some kind of a rhythm. You talked about it to start the second half, but you haven't been able to do it for three quarters. Do you just throw in the towel, or do you?
I don't think those 12 minutes are unimportant, but again, you know, if you're Chris Finch, you're also protecting a guy that has two knee injuries in Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
I had assumed he was already out for the rest of the game with heel soreness.
98-60.
Dylan Harper, I thought he slapped Bones in the face trying to reach, but Rudy Gobert set a hard screen on Harper. It's going to be a foul on Gobert. So it's going to be San Antonio's ball here.
Fourth foul on Rudy Gobert. Spurs have it with 29.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's about a 5-second differential, game clock and shot clock. Neither team with a foul to give. Wemby's got it up top, 40 feet out. High post, Harrison Barnes. Back to Wemby, catch and shoot three is an air ball. And a whistle and foul against the Spurs away from the play.
Carter Bryant.
What a surprise.
Sets a screen on Rudy Gobert.
He
just rammed into him.
Anthony Edwards got it, trying to shake Carter Bryant. Now feeds Bones in the paint, out of the corner. Nas catch and shoot three. Got it. Boy, had Barnes all over him. 5 seconds left. Here come the Spurs, dribbling up into a three. That is short. Nas Reed the rebound. Now Anthony Edwards, three-quarter court heave off the top of the backboard. Wouldn't have counted had it gone. All Spurs, they've dominated the last two quarters in particular. They got a 35-point lead as we make the turn for home in game two. San Antonio 98, Timberwolves 63. Spurs 12 minutes away from even in this series at one game apiece. You're listening to Minnesota Timberwolves basketball.
Radio Network.
We head to the fourth quarter of Game 2. San Antonio up big, 98-63. They've dominated the last 2 quarters of play. Timberwolves started off with an awful first quarter, only had 17 points in that frame. Only shot 28%. But they were only down by 7 going to the second quarter. But over the second and third quarters, San Antonio has put up 74 points. The Wolves have countered with 46 points. That's a 28-point margin, plus the 7 they had going into the second quarter, and the Wolves are down by 35.
Well, the Wolves had that 1-9-0 run that cut it from 29 to 20. And then
there's the run you were talking about.
And they pumped it right back up to 25 immediately after that. Minnesota did have one other 5-0 run, but that just speaks to what I was saying, how this game is not been a rhythm game for Minnesota. Julius Randle, Naz Reid, Jalen Clark, Jaden McDaniels, and Terrence Shannon Jr. from Minnesota. So Ant's down. We'll see how long Chris Finch goes here in the fourth quarter.
Wolves have shot just 33% over the last 2 quarters. San Antonio's got it. Harrison Barnes bangs with Naz Reid into the paint. Kick out to Dylan Harper. The lefty fires a 3. It's no good. Barnes with an offensive rebound. Saves it across the baseline. Back out to midcourt where Wembanyama controls. Left corner 3, Carter Bryant, no. He attacks the glass, gets his own rebound. His putback, no, but he drew contact. And he will shoot 2 shots.
So interesting watching Dylan Brooks this season, because in the month of November, he just only took 5 3-point shots, but so he shot 20%. 21% the next month, 25.6, 26.9.
Hold on, you said Dylan Brooks. Who are we talking about?
I'm sorry, Dylan Harper. Did I say
Harper.
Dylan Brooks?
Yeah. I got scared for a
but
second.
he was basically shooting 20 to 25% for about 4 months, and then all of a sudden, in March and April, he went from that to 54% from 3-point range.
Yikes.
It's not on high volume, but still, though, he looks just like a different player. I mean, the name Dylan is kind of like Jaden, too, because he's like, you get the Jadens and Jalen's mixed up so easily in this league.
Yeah. That one year the Wolves had 6 players so first name with J. Jalen, Jaden, Jared, with Jared Vanderbilt. And there was a Wancho. We had Wancho in there. He's a J technically, but there was a lot of J's. Jalen Clark, right side 3. Just not close. Harper, nice spin away from Clark. Attacks into the paint, runs it up, and hits the shot.
Oh, he's a good basketball player, man. What a find for this San Antonio Spurs team to move up in the draft to be able to select him.
They had a 6% chance of moving up to the number 2 pick. They got it. Runner by Jaden McDaniels drops that in. 12 now for Jaden. 100-65 as Harrison Barnes attacks in the lane. Being ridden out of the paint by Jalen Clark, but Barnes falls away on the jump hook and hits. So 102-65, Chris Finch calls a timeout with 10:31 left to go in the fourth quarter. We step aside from San Antonio in Game 2 on the Timberwolves Radio Network. 8:31 left to play in the fourth quarter of Game 2. Spurs 102, Timberwolves 65. Wolves basketball is brought to you in part by Travel South Dakota. If you call yourself an explorer, now's the time to get out there and get lost somewhere you haven't found yet. Plan your next best adventure today at TravelSouthDakota.com. After the way the Wolves have played in this game too, I think we all wish we were in South Dakota right now. A lot closer to home. Wolves will spend the night as they have
all these 8:30 starts.
Yeah, Denver, we always spent the night, travel the next day. The same tomorrow. The Wolves will get back early afternoon tomorrow here from San Antonio. Rather big weekend at Target Center. Game 3 Friday, Spurs. Saturday, Lynx home opener, or is it season opener? It's obviously the home opener, but is it also the season opener?
It's the season opener.
Season opener at home and home opener. And then Sunday, finally we get a non-8:30 start time. 6:30 tip time.
Tim Duncan sees himself on the Jumbotron here. Tim Duncan was here. Fred Hoiberg behind him. What's Freddie Hoiberg doing down here?
What? Go get those guys over here. We're going to put them on the air. We got questions. Wolves have it here out of the timeout. Carter Bryant picks up another foul as he bumped over Julius Randle. Carter Bryant is an annoyance. I mean, sure if that's is that normally his style of play or not.
It is.
Well, he's an irritant.
I mean, you can't shoot. You got to do something. He's an athlete, though. He can dunk. He showed us that. Or Steph Castle makes a really tough spinning jump shot at the free throw line. Wow.
You don't want to get away from who you are, but I'm just saying, when you're up by 35 points, you might want to back it off a little bit. Like, he's going to create something that's happening here. He just ticked off Julius Randle. I mean, there's something about, okay, let's just play out the final 9:58 here.
This is his time to star in his role and what he does and trying to build confidence with the coaching staff. These minutes are meaningful for him in his career. Trust me, I've been in that position where you're not part of the offense as much and you got to do all the other stuff to help you bring value to your team. Chris Finch is going to empty the bench.
There must be a season ticket holder here at the Frost Bank Center, formerly the AT&T Center, who sits up in the upper deck, because he's always here when I'm here. Anytime the Wolves go to the free throw line, he whistles.
Yeah,
he's got a great whistle. I don't know if you can pick it up and hear it.
Sounds like a bird chirping in the background.
It could be that bat or bats that always circle around. The bats whistle like that.
We've had some ladies that have been bellowing behind us at different locations around the NBA that get into their voice leaks into the mic, and that's really annoying. You can hear that.
TJ knocks down a pair of free throws.
I did not notice it until you said it.
Oh, really?
I literally did not notice it.
Kelly Olynyk's on the floor. Dylan Harper. J-Mac. Jordan McLaughlin as Harper goes inside and scores over TJ Shannon. The Wolves have Kyle Anderson, TJ Shannon, Jalen Clark, Julian Phillips, and Joe Ingles on the floor. TJ pops on a straightaway three. It's off the back iron. No. Kyle Anderson with an offensive rebound. Pivots, jump hook on the putback, counted for two. 106-69. 37-point Spurs lead. 9:23 left. Carter Bryant, dribble handoff Harper, back to Bryant up top. Gets it to Harrison Barnes. One dribble, quick pull-up three and drains it.
He is a good three-point shooter, one of their best.
14th year in the league for Harrison Barnes. Feels like he's been in the league for 24 years. Won a title with Golden State back in 2015, their first one. Clark up top, straightaway three. Nothing but net. Under 9 to go, 109-72.
Well, we love J-Mac time, just not in a Spurs uniform.
Barnes misses a three, Anderson up the center of the floor. Steps through on Barnes, runs it up with the right hand. Off the heel, no, and Harper's got the rebound. Here's J-Mac on the attack in the lane against TJ. Out to Kelly Olynyk. J-Mac gets it back. Sets up Olynyk in the block. Bangs away with Shannon once, twice, and finally the foul is called. TJ looks like he's going to come out. Johan Berenger is set to check in. You know, something we didn't get to tonight because it really wasn't relevant the way the game was going, but the Wolves have way more playoff experience than this Spurs team. 622 games of postseason experience for the Wolves and 366 for San Antonio. But if you break down the starting fives, it's 300 for the Wolves, 36 for San Antonio. A lot of their experience comes in the form of Bismack Biyombo, Kelly Olynyk, Harrison Barnes, Mason Plumlee. Julian Phillips, a baseline drive, reverse layup, no. And the rebound scooped up by Harrison Barnes. Right side three, that is dropped in for Lindy Waters III, formerly of the OKC Thunder. Joe Ingles tried a little pocket pass to Berenger, stripped up ahead, it's J-Mac to the cup, he'll lay it in for two. 114-72. 42 points. Kyle Anderson able to knife his way through traffic and bank it in inside.
So no, this is the time that instead of calling it garbage time, and we were talking about this earlier in the season down in Orlando.
Yep.
This is reserve time. And so these are valuable minutes that you can track players. I mean, like, who's going to perform in reserve time? Because the guys that weren't playing, this is a new game now. This is another game within the game that should have analytics applied to it.
Sure.
It just, instead of calling it garbage time, which this is a great point that you made. It's a derogatory term, first of all, garbage time.
Yeah.
But it's such a way to evaluate the guys that are out there, because it should really motivate them to play the right way. Not just like it's some pickup game out here that it's just meant to just wind the clock down. This is valuable time that you should be competing for right now.
116-74, another turnover. Here's J-Mac around his back, dropping it for Barnes, and he throws it down.
It's not respectful to the game to just do what Berenger just did. To do something he wouldn't normally do if he were playing with the other four starters.
Yep. Chris Finch calls another timeout, 6:56 left, 118-74, Spurs running away with game 2 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
All right, time for one more scoreboard update from our NBA Tonight studios. Of course, everything earlier this evening, I say everything, just one other game in action, and it's long since gone final. New York Knicks hang on for a 108-102 win over the Sixers. No Joel Embiid in that one. Sixers put up much more of a fight than their 39-point defeat in Game 1, but still come up short, and they will head back home to host Game 3 on Friday with that 0-2 series deficit. Karl Anthony Towns had 20 points, 10 boards, and 7 dimes in New York's victory. Looking ahead to the doubleheader tomorrow, the Pistons, top-seeded in the East, with their 1-0 lead in the series, will host the 4th-seeded Cavs. That one tips at 6 o'clock. And just after 8:30, the Thunder will host Game 2 against the short-handed Lakers. Lakers suffered the loss in Game 1. They're missing some big-time firepower without Luka Doncic. He met with the media recently and spoke about his frustrations.
You know, this is the first time I have the hamstring injury. It's not the same like other injuries. You know, you have to be very careful. It's very frustrating. I don't think people understand how frustrating it is. All I want to do is play basketball, especially this time. It's the best time to play basketball. It's very frustrating. You know, seeing what my team is doing, I'm very proud of them. But it's been very tough, you know, just to see it and watch them play.
Yeah, the Lakers certainly not expecting Luka Doncic to return anytime soon. LeBron will have to summon up another superhuman effort if they want to even the series up at a game apiece tomorrow night. Let's return to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
All right, Cal, thank you. There's nothing quite like being a Timberwolves member, whether you're in for 10, 20, or every single home game all season. You'll save big, get special access to playoff tickets, and catch every OMG moment from Anthony Edwards. Explore the membership experience at Timberwolves.com/memberships. Timberwolves are currently down by 44 points. That is the largest lead of this game. Just doing a little research during the timeout, that is officially the largest postseason deficit the Wolves have faced in any playoff game in franchise history. Prior one was a 39-point deficit against Oklahoma City. That was last season, Game 5. The Wolves were down by as many as 39 in that one. So they've never been down by 40 or more until Game 2 tonight. Now this is, the Wolves lost in Denver in Game 5, but it wasn't anything close to this. I mean, it was one-sided. Denver won that game comfortably. But Jim, I feel like this is a little bit different as Kyle Anderson gets fouled going into the paint. Is this more troubling
20,
to
30,
you?
40, it doesn't really matter
Does
to me.
it?
It doesn't really matter. It's the way you came out to start this game that's the problem. And the way that Anthony Edwards completely went away from what he was doing now. The problem is that Minnesota got off to a great start initially. Mike Conley was hitting shots. Minnesota was making shots. TJ was effective. I think Ant saw his teammates struggling to score, and he came in to rectify that right away. And you know, and he's likely to come in his situation that he came into. He's likely to see if he's on or not. So the first shot he took was a walk-up three, a no-pass walk-up three, which, you know, kind of set the tone for his night tonight.
It really did. 1 out of 2 at the line for Kyle Anderson. 118-75. Barnes hits a 3 over Joe Ingles up top.
And that's where shot making is contagious, both from the field and from the free throw line. When you start missing free throws, it tends to snowball with your team. And then shot making, the hoop looks like a hula hoop to these Spurs right now. Everybody's making shots.
Kyle Anderson muscles one up inside over Lindy Waters.
I mean, the three-point disparity is very significant, and it's probably going to continue to be without Dante DiVincenzo in Minnesota's lineup. I mean, they just not shot the three at the same volume they did before.
Kelly Olynyk spins away from Kyle Anderson. The ball skips all the way to the right wing. Up top now to Barnes. The 3-ball no. Offensive rebound, Waters. He'll dribble out. 10 on the shot clock. Against Berenger. Here comes Olynyk to set the screen. He'll pull up on the 3 and hit it. Lindy Waters knocks down the triple.
It's a hula hoop. It's the 15th three. It's a 15-6 advantage for San Antonio from outside the arc.
San Antonio had 4 threes at the half. They were 4 for 12. Clark misses a straightaway 3. Ball loose on the floor. Out to midcourt. Joe Ingles scoops it up, and he gets run into from behind by J-Mac. J-Mac has one hand helping up a teammate, and the other helping up Joe Ingles. J-Mac is up there as far as one of our favorite Wolves.
Yes, sir.
He's great, too. He gives you a smile and gives you a hug every time you see him. Ingles misses the first free throw attempt. So in the second half, the Spurs are 11 of 23 on their threes. It's about 46%. 1 out of 2 for Joe Ingles at the free throw line. 124-78. Three ball is missed, and Baron J has got the rebound. There's still 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Joe Ingles down the lane, lobs it up for Baron J, who tips it off the glass. No, and off the rim. Foul on the play. Baron J will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. If you're thinking maybe that Chris Finch might go even deeper onto his bench to his two-way players, not possible.
No.
Zion Pullen, Enrique Freeman, and Rocco Zakarski as two-way players ineligible to play in the postseason. And the Spurs obviously have the same rule. No Riley Minix, Harrison Ingram, or David Jones Garcia. I know you're disappointed by that, not seeing those guys.
Well, I am, because they're, well, in the case of David Jones Garcia and Harrison Ingram, they're 2 of the better three-point shooters on this team by percentage. If you just sort by percentage, Harrison Ingram's number 1. He's shooting 1,000%. He's like 1 for 1, I think.
He's got that going for him.
He's got that going for him.
Can't take that away. Hey, Mom and Dad, I led my team in three-point shooting this year. Inside, J-Mac feeds it to Olynyk. Got deflected out of bounds. Spurs have 5 to shoot.
Yeah, David Jones Garcia is 3 for 5. He's shooting 60%.
Okay.
And Harrison Ingram is 1 for 1. So there you go.
Ooh, wide open corner 3 for Lindy Waters. He hit the side of the backboard. Kyle Anderson back the other way. Cross court, Joe Ingles. He'll get the Baron J screen. He'll eventually use it. Pops on a 3 and hits it. Joe Ingles with a left side 3.
And more importantly, gets Minnesota into the 80s. They should get to 90 in this game. They're just the onslaught continues.
Kelly Olynyk, the latest.
You're a pretty good team if Kelly Olynyk is in your 3rd unit. You know, I mean, he's a good basketball player that's been good for a long time. Great college player, too, at Gonzaga.
Offensive rebound for Johan Baron J. He gets the putback with 3:46 left. Joe Ingles' 3 there was his first postseason three-pointers since the 23-24 season with Orlando. Got a couple in the postseason. J-Mac, left side, Kelly Olynyk. Cross court, here's Harrison Barnes, the Iowa native. Got tripped up, lost the ball across the lane. Ingles has got it. Now to Kyle Anderson. Baseball pass up to Baron J, who dumps it inside Phillips, and it got deflected by Carter Bryant. Out of bounds. Kyle Anderson up top, down the right side of the lane, draws contact. His shot errant, but he'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. So there's no 2 days in between games 2 and 3.
Yeah, these games are coming fast
Sunday,
and furious, aren't they?
Tuesday. There is 2 days between a potential game 5 and game 6. Well, we know there'll be a game 5 with the series tied 1-1. So Bismack Biyombo and Mason Plumlee come into the game. Harrison Barnes, Carter Bryant to the bench. Kelly Olynyk, bounce pass, Biyombo, reverse layup, no, and Baron J cleans up the miss. Under 3 left to play here in game 2. 127-85. Joe Ingles, Baron J. Again, Joe pops on the 3, off the back iron, no. Baron J kept the rebound alive, going over Plumlee, but could not control it. Olynyk back the other way. Olynyk starts to back down Ingles. Ingles pulls the chair. Olynyk does maintain his balance and scores it, flipping it up over his head for two. Anderson, the lob inside. Baron J makes a difficult catch and banks it in for two.
Young does a nice job of rim running that time, and Kyle is the perfect person, he or Joe, to lob it to him.
Olynyk trying to lob it to Plumlee. That comes off the backboard, off the rim. The Wolves control the rebound. Kyle Anderson tripped up by Olynyk. And Anderson will go back to the free throw line for two shots.
Olynyk just paid back Joe Ingles for what Joe Ingles did to him, or excuse me, Kyle Anderson, pulling the chair out.
Yeah. I did kind of get the foot in the way.
He did trip him.
So that was a correct call.
Kyle's still hurting a little bit too. Kind of wincing, grabbing at that hip.
What's crazy is that like 60% of the crowd has already gone into the
It's
San Antonio night.
It's going to make leaving the arena a little easier with everybody gone right
But
now.
the whistle guy stays. He has not left. I mean,
I'm wondering if Cal can hear that back at the studio. Can you hear the whistle guy, Cal? Cal says, let's bring him on the show. Let's go send our board operator to go over. Hey, Ben, go find that guy and bring him over here.
No, please don't. Just have him whistle right into the mic. 2:04 left to play here. 129-87.
You don't want to hear whistle guy's backstory at all? You don't want to hear why he does it and where it came from?
Actually, I'm intrigued. I do like hearing people's story. Hey, Julian Phillips, a straightaway three. For Julian, that is his first postseason three of his career.
As much as it's annoying us, it's got to annoy the people that are around him too, by the way. So
first layup baseline, Lindy Waters.
Nice back cut.
Yeah. Phillips squeezed that off over Plumlee, but couldn't get it to drop. Spurs have numbers back the other way. J-Mac cross court. Olynyk to Waters up top. Olynyk left side, used up his dribble. Bounce the baseline, here's Biyombo, shoved by Ingles, and the jump hook drops in. Ingles catch and shoot three, got it.
Joe's getting loose out here.
Well, he kind of shoved Bismack Biyombo a little bit in that last possession. J-Mac off the screen by Biyombo. Does not give it back to him. Sets up the 7-footer Olynyk for a right wing three. That's offline. Joe Ingles up ahead. Kyle Anderson. Lob to the rim. Yohan pulls it down over J-Mac. And the reverse layup is good.
That was a nice catch and finish.
You know, I was curious if Biyombo had been in Orlando when Joe was there. Turns out Biyombo hasn't been in Orlando since the 17-18 season. I was off by just, I don't know, about a decade or so. Remember Austin Rivers got into a Bismack Biyombo.
No, it wasn't Bismack. It wasn't Bismack Biyombo.
Oh, was
it? It was Mo Bamba. You're getting your names mixed up a little bit there. It was Mo Bamba that he got into that dust-up with.
Biyombo was in Phoenix. Was that Phoenix? No, it was
Bismack Biyombo was in Phoenix. He's bounced around.
But that Austin Rivers fight was against
Orlando,
you're right, in Orlando,
and Bismack Biyombo.
Yep. Spurs are just taking a shot clock violation here, and they'll be,
as they should,
roughly 13 seconds left. 13.0. Nailed it. 133-95. Baron J stripped going down the lane. Olynyk.
Appreciate y'all sticking around. I know it was a tough listen.
Shoot the three.
Hey, after the third quarter, it was like the hell with this game, but I appreciate it. Hey, I'll see y'all next time. Potoi. Hey, until next time, back to the background.
Point margin of victory.
Till tomorrow, y'all be safe.
Game two, they even
what
the
an
best of seven
ass
series
whipping.
in a game apiece. Stay tuned. Our post-game show gets underway next from the Frost Bank Center here in San Antonio on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
music.